I got two hands, I got my mouth, I know how to earn money.
Channel. It must be Slim's channel. A simple name change. I didn't look at the stats or anything. It's probably Slim's channel. Okay, give me a minute and we'll start. All right, it's my time now. I've been running around all day. I know you want to know every aspect of my life. I don't mind sharing a little bit, but really isn't much to tell except we had a few things done today. Oh, that's right, we gotta go back and get a haircut. Grand opening. The guy we always cuts our hair, he now has got his own shop. So we want to give him the business, and I need a haircut, and our kids need a haircut. So, pardon me. Okay, that some things don't change. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, Jolene. I think she's using Slim's channel. Just changed the name. I did get an opportunity. She still included a couple of videos with Slim in it. That was not very, shall we call it, racy. Okay. 18,000 views since yesterday. What does that tell you? Okay, it's Slim's channel. It's Slim's channel. Her name, whatever, but it's Slim's channel. Oh, I wish her well for the money and stuff. She has a kid to raise. But here's the problem I'm seeing again. I know when I say some things don't change. Well, the things that are not changing is, and this is really a shame, for those people who have children out there, again, she's shoving a fucking McDonald's sandwich in the kid's mouth. Look at the kid. That kid is fat. That's not healthy. Same shit. Nothing's changed as far as she got her. I don't know. She's visiting her sister, whatever. So I guess she does have family. I got to sneeze. Jesus. Oh, good one. Told you I got allergies. Deal. I'm making that up too. All right, so let me get on with this. Again, there she was in the car. She had her sister or something holding the baby on her lap in the back seat. So, in other words, nothing has changed. I don't know, I don't understand this. I just don't understand this. You love your baby, of course. But do you love your baby enough to. She's got money from Slim. She's not broke. And she's pretty much taken over his channel. Is what's going on. Just put her name on it. She's making money. Slim is giving her money. She probably has a debit card or something that she'll use for money. Okay. On top of that, okay, in the car again. At least she's not sticking. So far, she hasn't stuck the selfie stick out the window. But no car seat. No car seat. Nothing. And then shoving the most non nutritious food in the baby's mouth. You remember, the Michelin tire man gave birth to this boy. Did you see the kind of the layers of fat, like different parts of his arm? You would think it was, I don't know, Popeye or something, the real Popeye. Uh, it's horrible. It's just horrible. Holding the baby on your lap in a back seat is not going to prevent that child from going through that windshield. She still doesn't cook for herself. Doesn't get it. She just, I mean, besides the laugh she always does, everything is funny to her. But how funny is it going to be when that child gets projected through that windshield? Look, I don't care who you are. You like me, you don't like me. I don't really give a shit. You like them both, whatever. But when it comes to the kid, come on, seriously, you don't see this. You pretend you don't see this. You pretend that she's not doing wrong. She needs a course on how to raise a child. Look, I don't want to see this happen. I don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see that happen. But it's inevitable if you also think that she has not been driving a really long time. Probably no license, probably no insurance, driving Slim's car. It's an accident waiting to happen. I thought there might be some changes with Slim going to jail. I thought maybe she learned something. Did they ever read their comments? I wonder if they ever do. I don't think they read their comments. Well, the concern, not just me, but a lot of people had concern about the baby. I sure did. Especially in the Philippines. I mean, geez, put the kid in a car seat like you can't afford a car seat. Maybe she has one and they just don't use it, but I haven't seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it used. Don't say I didn't say so to all of you. The last thing I want to see is that baby getting hurt or killed because of her ignorance and her lack of understanding how to parent a child. Boy, it's hot in this room. I don't even have the ceiling fan on. Whew. So Barry's running. Breave said that Barry's running the joint. Barry don't take no shit from nobody. What did Breave say? The place was about 60% Chinese and about, I don't know, how many percent African Americans. And what else was in there? Muslims. Yeah, Barry's running the show. I bet he is. Not. Where's Brevis's video? He's supposed to come out. Never came out with a video. Hey, there's some new rules there now that really make it really hard. Yeah, they used to offer an hour's worth of time. Vitali took care of that. They used to have an hour's use per day or something. Can't use it now. I think they have to get permission to use the landline or something now. And supposedly they cannot order out. You can buy some basics at the commissary, or what they call the canteen. Shit items, nothing healthy, of course. Um, it is true. They give you, like, in the morning for breakfast, a piece of pandesal bread and some rice and something else. Lunch is, I don't know, a rice and vegetable or something. You may get a piece of fish, or they have this thing with, it could be pork or beef in it with the rice. For dinner, it's not too much different. And the only way people are surviving in there is if you can't give direct cash. You can't give direct cash. So it's got to be like, I guess, like in a Gcash account. And what they do is they give you a coupon. It's kind of a coupon worth X amount of pesos. And you could utilize that coupon. It's based on your Gcash. And you could buy items from the canteen or commissary. And it's just simple stuff. They got sky flakes, crackers. They'll have some noodle soup, some candy, some soda. Really nothing nutritious at all. But you are allowed to have somebody from the outside bring you food, but that ain't going to happen every day. They may have strict visiting hours. I don't know. But they thoroughly check all the food. They'll go in it. If it's soup or anything, they put their forks in there. They feel around. They look in there, and they examine everything so there's no contraband comes into the cell. Oh, there's a guy on the bicycle selling something on his megaphone. Listen, listen. Philippines, baby. Philippines, baby. Oh, I have some good wares on my bicycle. You want to buy from me? I don't know. What he said? He's selling something. He's selling something. Door-to-door stuff. Ah. I gotta charge this, by the way. And what is this? What is this medicine? What is this? I got medicines around here. I don't even know what the hell it is. Jeez. Muscle relaxant? Where the hell? Okay. Well. Okay. But just getting back to the topic before I get out of here. I don't know. Maybe she gets around to reading her messages because the channel's been turned over to her. But it's kind of like I said sometime this morning. It's almost like people are horribly autistic. You could tell them things and say things to them and they do the opposite, and they just don't get it. It's like talking to a wall. But I'm sorry, when it comes to a baby, I got something to say about that. I got a lot to say about that, and I have, and I will. She needs to make some changes. It's not my kid. You probably do. What do you worry about it? Go take care of your cats, Frank. Go take care of your kittens. Hopefully that turned out good, but I don't know, and I probably won't know about the kitten. It was turned over to the shelter. Okay. I got that out of the way today, and a few other things. But, it's your duty to inform the proper authorities in a situation like this. No. It's not like, oh, gee, you're playing interference with a woman and her kid. In a sense, I am. Because fuck what you think of her or Slim or whatever. It's the baby that's a concern. Because a baby can't take care of itself. Neither can a little kitten. Same. And, if she learned driving from Slim, then she's in trouble and the baby's in trouble and anybody else in that car is in trouble. I'm glad she's got a little family around her there and there. Maybe they could guide her a little bit. But I was not surprised when I was looking at that video. Of course, they brought back fast food. She don't know how to cook or something. What Filipino doesn't know how to cook? It's so much easier to go to a fast food and have this kid suck on a McDonald's burger. And you know what's in that fucking burger? Never mind what it does to adults, but to a child? Look at the fat on its arms and legs. That baby is basically obese. Obese. It's like a little Kevin. Little Kev. That's not giving a baby a healthy start in life. But again, alas, it's not my baby. All that she wants is to have a baby. All that she wants is to have a baby. But you got to know how to take care of that baby. Yes, no, maybe so. Look at that, 18,000 views. In one day, she puts on a show, the word gets out, 18,000 views. Well, it's obviously an extension of Slim's show. She's just changed the name. I have no problem with that. Let her make some money to live. I have no problem with that. But if you're making that kind of money and Slim's helping out, and you still can't buy a car seat, maybe someone said maybe they own one, they just don't use it. Well, why buy something if you're not going to use it, if it means the safety of the child? For Pete's sakes, use the damn thing. I don't have too much more to say. I got to finish up what I need to do today and then finally relax. I've been busy all morning. Um, do or say what you think is right. That's all I can tell you. Follow your heart. You can mention to her on her own show, but I don't think she's going to abide or take your advice. If you have to take a step further, then take a step further. Look, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for the baby. Fuck what anybody else thinks on anything. I mean, oh yeah, turn that on for a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Still hot.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go back in the living room in a little bit. Since I'm doing a short live here, and since your daughter's in there on her computer, I figured, well, she didn't want to hear all my crap on here. Don't need to expose her to all that. She knows what's going on. So do what your heart wants you to do, folks, when it comes to a baby. Well, apparently Gilda, Slim's girlfriend or wife, she has a show now, probably Slim's old channel. And again, she's out in the car. Now she's driving. She don't have a lot of experience, no license, no insurance. And again, she has her sister in the car in the back with the baby, 1 year old, sitting on the lap. And the baby is in great danger. She hasn't learned. And then when they eat, she haven't heard me doing the show a little while ago. McDonald's, a little baby, and all he eats is fast food. I mean, what Filipino doesn't know how to cook? I don't understand that. What Filipino doesn't know how to cook? She gives her baby 1 year old, even less when it was 1 year. McDonald's, no healthy foods, no healthy vegetables, and the kid is probably 2.5 times would be his normal weight for that age. He's got big fat arms and legs like a sumo wrestler. You think that's right?
If small baby, you must cook for the baby, not always outside feeding for the street food or Jollibee or McDonald's.
That's all they do. That's the problem. That's why I'm talking about this. Look, I don't give a shit about her, and I don't give a shit about Slim, really. And I'm only talking about this for the baby's sake. Even Gilda agrees. You can't be giving a kid all this outside food all the time from fast food restaurants. That's not a caring experience, mother. You know, she needs some guidance to find somebody who's had babies and understand there are things you could do with fresh vegetables. You could steam them, mash them up, carrots, all kinds of goodies to get some good nutrients into that child, not to put all that crap and poison into the child. Yeah, I'll speak up for shit like this, you know. I will speak up, and I'm doing it right now, and I have been speaking up since before Slim went to jail. But he wasn't even bothering to read his comments most of the time. They really didn't give a shit, but I don't know. Maybe I'm strange, but I think a mother who cares and loves for their baby is going to do things to safeguard their baby in a car with a proper car seat, is not going to be feeding them every day McDonald's, Jollibees, all this crap food. The kid is blowing up like the Goodyear fucking blimp. Does he have like a little hole in his body, a little attachment? You could just put a hose in there and go, shh. Kid looks like he's blown up with helium or something. I just, you know, pardon me, but I just feel sorry for the kid. I'm ranting on about this, but I think what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, and that's wrong. You could play this though. You could send this link to her. I hope you do. Seriously, I hope you do. I'll say the same thing over and over again. I'm not gonna retract from what I'm saying. She needs lessons on motherhood. Unlike in the States, if you drive without a seatbelt on, you get a fine. If you have a baby in a car without a car seat, you'll get a fine. You sure will. Here, most people don't care. A cop sees that, he's not going to stop you. He doesn't stop, you know, every now and then they stop people without a motorcycle helmet. They do that. They'll stop you if you don't have some kind of shoes on because they don't want you to ride around on the motorcycle barefoot. I've seen that. It is true. But they don't give a shit otherwise out here. A lot of people drive without a seatbelt on. And look what I see on motorcycles all the time. You got the whole family, all the children on one scooter. I don't know how the hell they do it. But to get from point A to point B, they load the whole family up on a scooter. You could have 5 people on that scooter. As crazy as it sounds, you have to be here to see it if you've never been here and you never witnessed it. They could have 5 people on that scooter. If they crash, it's the whole family. And something like that did happen in town here. One of the kids died. One of them was hospitalized. One of them was bruised, the mother who was driving this. There were other situations where nobody survived. What's that? The bag? Yeah, I think it's time we burn it or empty it out. The trash. Look, I don't run this country. Okay. I'm lucky even to be here. Point being, though, you know, you could advise people on stuff and you might save a life or two. Don't expect them to take your advice. Look, I've been through this all my life with family members, friends, peers. You know, you can give all the good advice in the world. It doesn't mean anybody is going to take your advice. No matter what I put out on my show here about all these different topics, health topics, supplements, food, diet, this, that, obesity, alcoholism, and all that, which most are alcoholics on here. Sad to say, but true. It don't matter. People are going to do what they do on a daily basis, and they have an attitude, well, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Yeah, rack 'em, smack 'em. And then when they get sick, oh man, I'm having a bad day. I woke up with chest pains. I can't walk. And look what's happening with Kevin, I heard. Maybe I should go see if he had a show on, because somebody told me that despite him having his knee surgery, he was walking a little bit and he was like really out of breath. Well, duh. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. When you're that obese, it's taxing your heart and it's taxing your breathing. Don't take no degree to figure that out. Kevin is still not out of the woods. I mean, he's got to take care of his knee stuff. I mean, that's something he has to do. I understand that completely. You know, one step at a time, sweet Jesus, right? Right? Let's all sing. One step at a time, sweet Jesus. Like anything else in life. But Jesus Christ, man, the problem why he had knee problems in the first place is because of his weight. You know, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? We still haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if we ever will. You know, but just saying, he wouldn't have these type of problems if he wouldn't shove that much food and donuts in his fucking mouth on a daily basis. I always say, take human bites, Kevin. Take human bites, Kevin. Use a fork and a knife and a spoon. Put the shovel down. It'll still get in your belly. I promise you it will. A little slower than a shovel, but it'll get there. It'll hit home. I assure you. Didn't he have a... Oh, that was Roberto. Had a gastric bypass. I don't know. I think Kevin needs to get a gastric banding or a bypass. Because he's always going to be in these up and downs with his weight. And he's on borrowed time right now as we speak. There's no doubt about it. He's on borrowed time. Hate to tell you that, Kevin. And you could tell me to go fuck off, go fuck myself, die, or whatever you want to tell me. But I'm not wasting my oxygen saying this, Kevin. You know what I'm saying is true. But, however, to be fair about it, if you don't give a fuck, why should I give a fuck? Right? Oh, no, hey, eat, drink, do what you normally do. Because the last time I saw you on camera, you're putting the pounds on since you came back to America. Okay? That was my observation. Was it a bad angle on the camera? No, it wasn't. You're putting your weight back on. I witnessed that. If that's what you want, fine. I'm just saying. Everybody go back to their homes. Nothing to see. Nobody to report. I'm just telling you the facts. Now, if you don't care, nobody should care. And personally, I think you should stay in the States. I don't think you're in any shape to go back to Southeast Asia. That would be a death sentence, I think, for you. I'm surprised it wasn't already when you went out there to Thailand and your short stint in Vietnam. I thought for sure something radical was going to happen. Well, one day something did. I saw you were in line waiting for immigration or something, and you just fainted to the ground. I remember that. You were overheated, dehydrated. That's just like, a hint of what's to come. And this goes to all people out there that are very tall and overweight, or overweight, period, and combination drink a lot. That's what's waiting for you. It's not the love boat coming. It's reality. Thank goodness I'm not obese. And thank goodness the one thing I don't do is drink. I'm doing some things that are right. I gotta be happy with that. I'm not perfect, but I'm at least doing something, man. They like vlogging. They like, being antagonists. You continue to vlog. You can continue to be an antagonist on here. You can do that the rest of your life. But how long is your life going to be? How long can you do this on here? It applies to everybody, including me, How long will I be on YouTube? By choice or by not choice or by death or by whatever. And Breave, man. Seriously. Go spend some time with your child, man. Okay? I'm being serious. I'm not fucking around. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know the purpose of your life, and I really don't care. I know you know that. What are you fucking doing? Why is your life so fucked up? All you can do is go from bar to bar in different places. That's your life? Do you spend any more time with your family anymore? You used to go on these outings now and then. You're never even home anymore. Thanks for the hearts. People don't want to talk, but they're showing they agree with me. Thank you very much. Seriously, Brevis. I'm not just, battering on you. I'm being serious. I mean, if you were a friend of mine, I would say the same thing to you. 1-to-1, I would say that to you. The most important thing in the world. If you don't really care about this woman, that's one thing. But just like Jay has a responsibility, some children he has in the Philippines, but he don't help out. No child support, nothing. It's like he never existed. The actual times that he actually did get laid, that Jay did get laid at some point in the past. He actually got laid, folks. I'm not kidding. This was in the past, a long time ago. He has 1 or 2 children. I forgot how many. I know 1. 2, I think so. He don't see them. Don't buy him gifts for Christmas. He don't send any support money. He doesn't do shit. All Jay likes to do is chain smoke his cigarettes and drink his fucking liquor. Like they're going to be around for a long time. No problem. Just some scum of the earth disappearing that don't contribute to society in any form or way. I say, bye, pal. Don't let the door hit you in the back on the way out of life. Those people are worthless. If you cannot be in your child's life, look, just sending money to the little missus is not enough. You can't be on the road drinking in every bar you come in and attending every fucking wine festival like you're some fucking connoisseur, like your nose is higher than everybody else. Because Brevis thinks he's part of the elite. You can hear the way he talks and everything, about wine tasting places and beer festivals and Jesus Christ. You're not like that at all, Brevis. Your mentality is on the streets. Try to stop being such an elite when you're not. You're not elite. You're a scumbag. You're a street urchin. You get women pregnant, like you got the present girlfriend you have, but you got a child. Again, talking about children, like earlier in the show with Jolene, certain things that she should be doing, but she's not. What's your arrangement? You send her a few bucks to feed the kid? Well, hopefully you're at least doing that. Hopefully, at least that, Brevis. But whether you like it or not, it's your kid. So take responsibility, you spineless bastard. Okay. Now I see we got 1,000 people watching here. I'm impressed. And like they say in Hollywood, the show must go on. I don't know why. Still trying to figure that one out. Okay, why don't we get to the meat and bones? Well, for those that do plan to have animals here in the Philippines, don't trust your local provincial veterinarian. Never trust your local provincial veterinarian. They don't know what they're doing. See, you can't mess with prednisone, which is a steroid. Like a lot of guys like to work out with steroids for their muscles, but they have no clue what they're doing. Anyway, from human to animal. Let's go from human to animal. Now, my dog has always had allergies, and she gets red all over her chest because she's scratching. All right, well, this has been a long time. So this guy suggests, he gives me this bottle of prednisone 20, which means prednisone 20 milligram. Okay, so I'm estimating she's about 35 pounds. So he suggests to give her 1 milliliter of that once per day with food. That's actually is equal to 10 milligrams. And that's kind of a large dose. That's a major dose, really, for a dog of her weight and size. I mean, it could affect the whole immunosuppressive system. It could affect the adrenal glands. I tell you what, excuse me. Thank goodness for ChatGPT. I mean, seriously. Thank goodness. Because I got to give this guy a polite mouthful, which I just wrote him. So now, starting tomorrow, I have to give half dose for 2 days. Then for the next days, divide that in half, and so forth. The guy could fucking be killing my dog. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, but, I'm kind of stuck with this guy. And, Jesus Christ. Pardon me. I'm kind of really upset with this guy, because I'm glad I read this. Because I was just going to take her off the prednisone after only maybe 5 days. No, you can't just abruptly take a dog off a steroid. You can't do that. And I guess it applies to humans too. Poor dog. Good thing I read that. That's why I'm always reading stuff. That's how I learn all this stuff. You got to read. You got to know what to do for yourself. Because not all doctors here know what the fuck they're doing. And you have to question. You even have to question your own doctors, your own general practitioners, who very freely hand out certain medications to you. Here, take this, call me in the morning type of shit. You know what I mean? That's not a good thing to do. So, here it is, giving my dog about 5 days, the equivalent of 10 milligrams of prednisone 20, which is not cool at all. And I'm wondering, why is the chest still red? Because it ain't doing nothing. If anything, it's too much of a dose. It's going to affect your immune system. It'll fight back on itself. Ah, man, I'm telling you. Oh, it's all right. When I was in Hawaii, I had vets that were giving my brother's dog some pain medication. Starts with a V. I don't know what it was. Killed one of his dogs. Yeah, because it's very dangerous that the veterinarians just give out like it's candy. Hold on a minute, folks. Give me a second. Sorry, I had to hit the CR. This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off. And believe me, my other dog that died, she was 3 years old, back at the other house, because this other quack in Bantayan that I was dealing with was giving her stuff for her eye that probably killed her. I don't even want to talk about it, but yeah. No, something's wrong with your phone. Check your screen. I'm on camera. Okay. Point. Don't always assume that a professional knows what the hell they're doing. All right? Unless you go to a veterinary hospital or something like that, if you have an animal you care about, go to somebody or someplace that knows what the hell they're doing. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. And I'm estimating her weight is about 35, but that was too large a dose to start giving her. My dog could die from that. Her immune system could just break down. If that ever happened, boy, I'll give this guy hell like you wouldn't believe. I just wrote him. I don't think he wrote me back, so he didn't know what to say. I'd like to fire the guy, but I don't have anybody else. I'd have to take my dog all the way to Cebu for any future problems. That's a real hassle if you know what's involved. I don't know. Just look, don't get pets if you're going to live in the Philippines. I'm telling you, don't get pets if you're going to live in a small town where there's no real veterinary clinics, real ones that have x-rays, that have blood tests, that have all that kind of shit. That kind of stuff really pisses me off. I wanted to talk about it on here because I just want to give you guys warning that if you got a pet, research what he's suggesting for you, he or she, whatever it might be, what they're suggesting you to do for your animal. Okay? Look it up. We got that wonderful chat GPT. It's been so much information for me on a lot of different levels. Trust me on that. It come in handy. That pisses me off. That's too much of a dose I've been giving her. So I researched this more and I said, no, man, that's for a 35-pound dog, that's going to be a little bit too much. And then initially, he was suggesting twice a day. And I said, no, I'm going to give her just once a day. And so I'm glad I followed my instinct. Because if I would have gave her twice a day, I think she'd be in pretty bad shape right now. Lesson learned. Learned a lot of lessons. Now, as far as that cat that I had brought over to the shelter. The kitten, it's probably dead. He probably figured, man, it's just a cat, and if his back legs are kind of having problems, well, it's not worth feeding him or keeping him alive, and they probably euthanized the cat. Yeah, probably put a rock on his head. Okay, that's my gripe about the Philippines here. Okay, I have to put one gripe in about that. Medical care out here is scary for humans and animals. That is for sure. There is no question about it. But I would really strongly suggest if you're living out here, don't get any animals. You could help some animals out, feed them, whatever. Don't get any pets unless you have good access to a good veterinary hospital or veterinary clinic. Now, I got to keep a good eye on her for any changes. Jeez. And plus, he never told me to take it with, just take it with food, because you have to take it with food. Unbelievable, man. This guy's been experimenting on my dogs ever since I had him coming in. Oh, here, try this for her eye. Try this. So did the other doctor when a dog of mine had an eye problem years ago. Yeah, try this and try that. Well, that killed my other dog, really. That's what killed my other dog. It was a specialized medicine he was having me put in her eye. I don't even want to go into that. It's history, but I learned from that alone. But I thought I could trust this guy. He's young, probably never worked an x-ray machine, can't afford to have one. He don't do blood tests. He'd have to send it out to labs. So none of these veterinarians are really structured or even experienced in a lot of different aspects of animal care. They're very good at euthanizing animals. They're very good at suggesting medications. Here, try this. Here, try. Does that sound familiar? Human problem. Hey, try this. Everything's an experiment because they don't know what they're doing. Or take a broad spectrum antibiotic. Instead of taking an antibiotic, it might be directed toward a particular type of infection you have and the area it's located. But a lot of doctors will say, here, take this. We don't know where the infection is, but this is a broad spectrum. It'll kill any bacteria in your body. Really? You mean it's going to, just like, radiation and chemotherapy. They go after the cancer, but what do? They load your body with all this chemo, kills all your good cells in your body. That's why they die. They want to get, their immune system breaks down. They want to get pneumonia. And a lot of cancer patients die from pneumonia. Oh, gee. Never heard that happen before. So how my mother died. She had cancer, but it wound up being pneumonia that killed her. Not the cancer. They do that with people all the time. You got to attack the one area that's infected. And there are certain medications that work better than others to target, for example, your kidneys in that area of your body. Instead, they'll give you a broad spectrum. Well, whatever it is, this will get it because it's going to handle all parts of your body. It's going to handle bacteria everywhere. But what happens when you do that? You're killing good bacteria that your body needs. So your immune system winds up going down to the shithole that anything could come up and you're going to get worse, get a disease or something or whatever, another viral thing will come in. Okay, I think I made my point. Yeah, I just got a lot of friction with this guy right now. That's why he's not writing me back, unless he hasn't read his messages. I'll give him a break on that. I said, where do you get this information from? I said, you can give my dog too much of that stuff. See, the problem is you just can't take your dog off. And now she's only been on it for tops 5 days, but you cannot abruptly take a dog off prednisone. You got to wean down like any other shit. You on heroin? Well, I don't know. Maybe that's not a good example, but according to what medications you're on, you have to wean down on it. Okay? Wean down on the doses. That's how it works. Well, I don't know, man. think I got into the wrong direction in life, where I worked and where I am now, because I don't know. I could be a lot more useful in other endeavors. They don't deserve to have that name, veterinarian, because they're not doing operations. They're not doing anything like that. Small town veterinarians are all there are as consultants. They probably don't know how to set a broken leg or something. They know how to write prescriptions. And they make money on the prescriptions. They get it wholesale. They sell it to you for a set price. And they charge you if they come over your house for medicine that don't even work. Steaming mad. Steaming mad. Like the steam cleaner. I'm steaming mad at dirt. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. I don't charge you any money. I'm not even monetized. If you get a pet, if you choose to get a pet, you better choose a good veterinary clinic if you could find one, and go with the best veterinarian that you can, who's equipped to do blood tests, to monitor the blood, to see if there's too many enzymes in the liver, to this, to that, for this, for that, or too much of that steroid. God, that pisses me off. Well, anyway, there's no dialogue going on in here. I should have just done an upload. Anyway, I just thought I'd vent about this because I felt like venting about this, and hopefully it'll pick up on it. You know, light on, what? Light on, light on. Oh, go away. Go away. There we go. Solves my problem. Okay, so I'm not sure where else to go with this except just be careful if you happen to be an animal lover and you choose to get a dog, adopt a dog or a cat or something like that, or a weasel, whatever the hell it is. You know, choose wisely your veterinarian because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of them out here in the Philippines do not know what they're doing. If they are associated or work possibly for a veterinary hospital, okay, have more trust in them. They got equipment, and if you are fortunately to live close enough to go to one of them, instead of having to take your dog on a long ass fucking trip, you know. Well, actually, there is one in Bogo, and that would mean my dog would, in the future, would have to take the ferry. She don't like to be around a whole lot of shitting people. She's like me. Then the ferry, I have to get her on a trike for about a half an hour ride in Bogo to a veterinary clinic. I got to look up that one. There is one in Bogo I really, really, really should check out. Okay, I did my venting for tonight. What else is there to say? I was just watching a movie that I'd already seen 2 times before. Even TV is boring out here. So you want to move to the Philippines. It's more fun in the Philippines. Welcome to the night wind down. Welcome to the night wind down. Okay, let's see who'll show up at this ungodly hour. Got hearts already. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody likes me. Got the hearts floating away here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, hearts. Lovely. Very lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is the nighttime wind down for the day. Boy, I've been griping a lot today. I gotta admit it. Between what the veterinarian suggesting to do for my dog, for getting a kitten that needed help over to a shelter. Let's see, we're supposed to get my hair cut today. He was doing a grand opening, but there was all this music out there and all these people, and I said to hell with that. Okay, then some shopping. Kind of a busy day, you might say that. Well, actually, not kind of. We've been running around all day today. I do get around. All right, all right. So let's do the wind down here. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, rumored that, well, Big Kevin was really kind of puffing away with little activity. We did a little short on him today. Big Kevin is, unfortunately, now he's back in the United States. He's kind of gained weight back again and not looking good for the big boy. No, not really. It doesn't take much activity for him to be out of breath. Well, it's the weight, and his heart is taking all that stress. Okay, we'll get by the big cabin. We'll get by the big cabin on that one. Let's see. Stinky Fingers is back on. He's now in the Philippines visiting his girlfriend who is pregnant for his child. Crazy Stinky Fingers is in the Philippines. Yep, he's got a few enemies already. Go down the line to Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. You still don't listen to good advice, if you know what I mean. Again, she's not, from what I could see, using a safety seat for her 1-year-old, very overweight baby. She's following slim steps. And of course, she's been seen. She has her own show now, which I think she's actually on Slim Show, but changed the title. And of course, stuffing McDonald's hamburgers in her 1-year-old baby. Now, what's the big to do about that? Well, there's a lot to do about that. It's just a 1-year-old baby. Feed her something healthy. Him. And the kid is fatter than 3 kids. Looks like a junior sumo wrestler or something. The kid is overweight. By far. But she doesn't know how to cook. Maybe somebody needs to teach her. So she's going to make a lot of wealth on her show. First show she put on, she had 18,000 views. Apparently, a lot of people have taken interest because of the slim situation. What a way to go, huh? What a way to go. And yes, she's driving his car without much experience. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I could go on and on with these characters. Okay, Breave had done a show. He's showing off that he's traveling around Manila, looking for more bars, more bar girls. Like I say, some things just don't change. Of course, Miko's been fighting with Biggie. Maybe not today, but I tried to give Miko some advice. That Big E's just looking for attention. And Travel E Freely, whatever his name is, the crazy dude in Thailand is doing the same thing. So my advice to Mix or Miko was that they are trying to get you to respond to them. So maybe if you don't respond back, there you go. All right. So what else? What else is going on today on YouTube land? Well, of course, Philly in the Philippines with his clickbait again. Had to do with his, I don't know, wife's haircut, got a buzz cut or something happened. But he has a title on there. It's a very ominous title. Philly in the Philippines says, yes, he's one of the biggest users of clickbait in order to get the people to come to his channel. I personally think people should speak up on that or unsubscribe, whatever they find is more appropriate. There's always some kind of a little shtick to get people to come to your channel. And Philly does that all the time. Okay, what else is going on? Big E's doing some shows. He said he wasn't going to be doing any more because he's concentrating on writing the world's best novel. That's going to be a big Netflix thing in the future, but he is indeed putting on more pictures of a boring beach. Same old shit, same old crap. And of course, fighting with Mix. He don't like Mix coming on my channel. He's upset about that. All right, what else is going on YouTube land? Okay, Mike's Philippines retirement came back with another show, looking older than I've ever knew him to be that old without his hat on. Of course, making up more stories to fill the gaps in space and algorithms, all that shit. Business as usual. In other words, these people are very, very predictable. If you haven't figured that out already. All right. Then I've been forced to try to grill the brains of ChatGPT regarding my dog who gets skin inflammation from allergies or whatnot. What is right to do? What is right to take? Now I got to wean her off the prednisone, and I'm sorry I ever got her on it. He was telling me to take much too much for her weight. Had to let him know about that. And in a nice way. Now I got to wean her down on the prednisone, which is not the safest thing to give to a dog if you're giving too much. Immunosuppressive system go haywire, adrenal glands. I talked on a show earlier about how you cannot trust the veterinarians in the Philippines. If you think you're having trouble with doctors, try dealing with Philippine doctors who mostly are consultants, and they're not running a big vet clinic or have a vet hospital. Do research when a province veterinarian suggests a medication, research it first. Could be dangerous to your dog or cat that you're overdosing your dog based on weight. Prednisone, which is a steroid, is not something to fuck with your animal. Okay, moving on from that. What else is going on today? This month, my God, is a crazy month. February was my anniversary on the 4th. We have her mom's birthday this month, going to be 90 years old, my girlfriend's mom. We have her son's birthday also this month. We have Valentine's Day this month. So yeah, it's a very crazy month. But there's only 28 days, which is great too. All right, what's going on in the YouTube community? I haven't really been to too many shows on here today. I've done enough. I've done enough shows today, but I think that has to come to a slowdown. I think I should do something that's just condense everything into one show. And maybe just like do that in the morning, because I'm always wind up being on in the morning time. Maybe try to condense some information for the morning. Lately, it's been like everything that comes to my mind that might pertain to something that I might deem to be important or something, I'll do a show about it. But that's a little bit of overkill. I can understand if I was monetized and I was really worried about the algorithms and all that shit. And then, getting the viewership and the viewers, all that shit. And, I guess that would be a different story. But that's not really the case with my channel here. It's not even close to that. So we got to slow the team of horses down and try to get down to maybe one show a day, which for me, I know that seems nearly impossible. And as Ed comes in, always late on my show, but he manages to come in. Yeah, I'm doing kind of a nightly wind up here tonight. I had to just get some shit out of the way. having to do with a little rewind on what's going on with some of the vloggers on here today. Encompasses numerous people: Stinky Fingers, Big E, Kevin, Philly the Philippines, people of that nature. Well, yeah, today I've been because I had to do a lot of running around today, which is okay. I don't mind that. We're getting back into being a little warm again. We had a nice little system going for a while where the air is relatively cool and a little bit better breeze, but today was a little bit different. The sun did come out. I thought it was a little on the warm side. Yeah, a little bit humid. Not terribly, but a little bit humid. Yeah, I've been busy and had to run around stores and get this, get that. Go to drugstores, get this, something for the dog. Stop in this store to get a little bit of this for that. Kid had to get a haircut today. He goes to a different place. He goes to this barber shop. I go to this other guy normally, but now he's got his own place. The grand opening was today. So he said to come back about 1 o'clock today in the afternoon. So we passed by there and I said, "Oh, this fucking music. Got the music going, and there's a crowd of people there that are supporting his establishment or ready to get haircuts." I said, "Fuck this shit." I said, "I'm just going to come back tomorrow," which I am tomorrow. Oh, the cat. No, you're not updated on that. No, I had my driver just take him over to the, which is not far from really where I live, to the animal shelter, animal sanctuary, which has been here a while. I threw a couple of $100 for him to, probably pocketed it, I wouldn't be surprised, to give to them over there to make it more enticing, to take this cat, to go towards some food or something, which is righteous. I would have gave more, but, I don't totally trust everybody, not even my driver, okay? I told him to give this 200 to them as an enticement to take the cat in, okay? He claims he did, but, I don't really know that. But he made a ton of money from us today anyway, because we used his services today numerous times back and forth. So he really makes a lot of his monthly income from us. So who says I don't support the local community? Now, as far as the kitten is concerned, it's hard to say. They might have just put the damn kitten to sleep. They might have said, "Oh, well, if the back legs don't work, I'm going to not waste any food on this kitten." You just never know, man. What I don't know don't hurt me. It may have hurt the cat. But, of course, I had to make a decision what to do with the kitten. It's not me to go throw it in the bushes and, hope the cat does the best. He would have died. That's not who I am. That's not who I will ever be. That's not what I would normally do. Although Filipinos wouldn't care and they would just throw it anywhere. Fuck it. Or we'll put a rock on its head or something. I can't do that, and I won't do that. My name ain't Barry Jordan. Far from. So hopefully they're going to take care of the cat. Hopefully his legs will come back a little bit. I don't know what the damage to her back legs were. She was dragging herself. Was it from an incident prior? Something happened? Or did my dogs get to the cat and maybe the spine was damaged from maybe my dog grabbing the cat, but I had not seen any marks on the cat or blood marks. So I'm not really sure what happened. I can only speculate. But hopefully they will take care of the cat, but it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. And yes, what I don't know is not going to hurt me. But to make the situation worse, one of the regular cats that always comes around, pregnant. How many times has this cat been pregnant already? Jeez. There are probably going to be more kittens around in the future, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. Hopefully she'll be a good mother and take care of the kittens and nurse them and They'll grow up and have kittens themselves. So we decided, but we're sticking to the program, that I'm not feeding these cats anymore. They'll eventually, hopefully, go away and hunt on their own like they should. They are feral cats and they need to act feral. I can't support a community of cats because new generations are going to come around. The next thing you know, we're going to have 25 cats all meowing outside every time we cook a meal and they smell it. It'd be a whole fucking chorus. And if you think that's loud, go move to the big island of Hawaii and deal with the kokui frogs, Coqui. High decibel level, tiny little frogs the size of a quarter that have invaded the big island. I think they came from Venezuela originally. They're the noisiest things. People lose sleep at night is when you hear them mostly. They're usually mating calls. But imagine having thousands, you heard me right, thousands of these frogs all over your property, in trees and grass and everywhere. After a while, it becomes kind of a symphonic harmony. I got used to it, and that was like something I'm used to hearing every night. But some people don't get used to it, or maybe they didn't know the house they were buying or renting had a big population of coqui frogs. Most places do on a big island. And they can't get to sleep because of that. They never get used to that sound. What happened to the rooster to become dinner? Oh, what happened with the rooster? No, I don't have them in my yard. No, there are roosters across the field somewhere, not. Well, there actually are some chickens or roosters or whatever, I don't know, that come in that back area behind the fence looking for food. But no, I don't have a problem with them. But you'll hear across the road, you're going to hear roosters everywhere. I mean, this is, Philippines. You know, up the block, they're raising some prize roosters for fighting. Fine looking, looks like a Rhode Island red. I'm not sure what it is. They got some fine looking roosters. You know, a lot of money they pay for these things. They sell them too for all these fights and stuff. Of course, I don't approve of that. But yeah, busy day. We have to wind things down. Not I mean just tonight, but I think I've been just getting a little bit too carried away with not a little bit, a lot carried away with my shows. But I've always told people that I don't put a number on how many shows I do per day or how often. I've always said that if I got something to say about something, I'll usually say it. But I think I've said quite a lot. I think I need to narrow it down when I have a particular topic matter that I think needs to be discussed or something that I'm willing to share with my audience. But it's kind of all wearing down on me too. It really has. Um, Sometimes it becomes almost an obligation to put a show on because you're so used to doing shows. The reason I put shows on in the morning is I get up early. I get up early. And most of anybody here is sleeping, except the youngest has to go to school and he has to get up extra early. That's about it. But it just gives me something to do in the morning until the sun rises and, I'm up with the world. Yeah, and it's probably one of the better times. Actually, the better time to do a show, historically with other vloggers, I think it was about 10 o'clock in the morning is a time for a show because, let me see, I think that's coinciding with a good time for people that are in America or some other country. Because let's see. Well, if you talk about East Coast, Florida, New York, it's about a 12-hour difference as far as the clock goes. So if I'm doing a show at 5:30 in the morning, it's going to be 5:30 p.m. which is okay for the East Coast. You gotta kind of adjust your time on there. I don't know it's perfect time. But then lately I'm also kind of pardon my yawning. I'm kind of winding down. Um I think it's kind of getting to a point where I'm personally feeling that I'm kind of talked out. I mean, I always got something to say, you know that, right? And you're always here when I have something to say, and I know you enjoy it, but I think it's kind of overkill, to say the least. I notice a lot of other vloggers are doing multiple shows per day too. I know several, but I understand if I was like gaining from this channel, meaning monetarily, but I'm not. I have no reason to do that many shows unless I just like hearing my own voice, which I actually don't particularly like to hear. Actually, some people like my voice, I don't. And I'm saying that's coming from me, okay? I don't hear the sound of my own voice all the time. Then if I run out of things important to say, it's just like wasting oxygen. Now, you guys will come on here to pass the time and all that, and I understand that. Sometimes there ain't shit going on YouTube, and I can totally understand it. Or you might have the same bullshit channels on that you don't maybe frequent too often and find it really hard to sit through a show like Philippines Antics, which goes on forever, and people like that nature that have long shows. And, you know, I think all shows should be limited to, let's see, I think a live stream should be limited to about 20 minutes, in all honesty. Don't be going over 45 minutes to 2 hours or more. And I've done a lot of shows like that. People only can listen for so long. You might get their attention when you put a show on, but you know, it's going to get, you know, they got things to do, you know. They don't want to sit through an hour, 2 hour show or more. At one time, I got almost close to 3 hours. I didn't realize because we had such good dialogue going. And I wasn't looking at the clock. So, yeah, we got to stop that. But you never know with me because sometimes I could just abruptly stop altogether. It's like trying to quit smoking, right? You want to have that last cigarette, right? Yeah. But you got to do that last show. But if you're going to get off, you can't do that last show because you're going to want another cigarette, meaning you're going to want to do another show. As much as you gentlemen enjoy my show, the trolls just love me to death. What if old Frankie B was not here? Some would rejoice, but I think most will not because without me, they probably wouldn't have anything to talk about. And it was a good experiment when I was off. That's actually what it was. It was an experiment. I was off for about 3 months, not terribly long ago. And the rumors were flying. He's dead, he's arrested or deported or something. There goes the hearts. There goes the hearts. Let the hearts flow, baby. It's probably a troll that's giving me the hearts, too. They won't admit that they like my show. They'll never admit that. Tomorrow I'm going to be totally naked on camera, both me and Gilda. That ain't going to happen. You don't want to see me. No, my woman is not that way. I don't have a sleaze bucket as a woman. Some people do on here. No names. No names at all. Sleaze buckets. Certainly wouldn't marry one. Tell you that much. So yes, going to be a busy month. It's been a busy month so far. I don't mind keeping busy. And one of them has to go off for about a week. Is going to go either to Kakar or it's going to go to Naga. And it has to do with a volleyball competition. So he had to get all geared up. He was getting a new charger for the phone, got a haircut today. He's having a custom made kind of a jacket. Custom made, folks. Custom made for a broke guy. That's where we were today in that horrible looking alleyway. It looks like, woman does excellent work. She's a seamstress. Oh yeah. No fancy no fancy storefront. I did a show earlier today. But all in all, I really do feel comfortable out here. And I plan to stay here. Okay? Put that in your head. I have no problems where I'm living, how I'm living, who I'm with, and all the way around. But I've learned a hell of a lot. Where to find the best foods, certain restaurants I could probably trust. But you have to be here for a while to experience that. It also has to do with my viewers, though, too. When there's not a lot of dialogue, I get pretty bored. So sometimes I tell myself, just do a fucking upload. If you don't got a lot of dialogue on your show, you're going to get a sore throat. People like to, I don't know, they just like to sit there and listening to me because mostly I got trolls on here. They're not going to have dialogue because they're a troll, unless they come on under a different name. So that explains that. If you're wondering why there's not a lot of dialogue on my show, because it's mostly trolls watching it. But the good point is that they are watching, and they are welcome to listen to my show, or listening anyway. I don't go on camera that often, but they are listening out there, and we know who they are. And we have a famous 13. Famous 13. Yeah, get them hearts and 100% going and smiley faces. Oh my goodness. Somebody took away their thumbs up on me. I had a thumbs up on here anyway. Somebody took it away. But that's funny. Oh, the hearts are flying. Look at them. The 100% is flying. They're going nuts. Look at them. Look at them hearts going by. Look at that. Look at that. Smiley faces are going wild on here. So what's going on with Frank Peckerwood anyway? I hear he's walking with a cane these days and not doing so well. I always thought he was a lot older than his age, beyond his time. Tall and slanky, kind of. I don't know what he weighs now, but yeah, I haven't heard much from him. He might come on under a different name on here. I guess he's still with his TikTok girlfriend there, and I think he got more babies living there now or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Better him than me. Yeah, he hasn't been that active. I hear that things not going too good at the Ponderosa between him and his TikTok lady. Oh, a little bird told me, just a little bird. It wasn't a big bird, it was a little bird. There's my famous 13. There it is, there it is. I should have a ringer that goes off when my 13 comes in here. We know who you are. We know who you are. The shadow knows. Okay, this was just a wind up for tonight. I gave you an update on what's going on in the community for all I know. I can't think of anything else to discuss on here, so I'm going to wind down for the night. And I think nature's calling anyway. Good timing. So I may just catch you in the morning about 5:30 or so. Maybe I should just do that. There's not usually enough people on at the time. Can anybody suggest a time that I should do a show when I feel like doing a show? But if you don't talk and tell me, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not going to sit here and wait for answers. It's really amazing. When you got a good show like mine, you would think there'd be all kinds of people coming on, all kinds of viewers, but you listen to some shit show where they're giving you clickbait and they talk about absolutely nothing of importance. They get all the viewers. Look at Jolene, Slim's girlfriend there. He's in jail, but she's making the money now. I believe she's still using his account, but she just changed the name to her. And I swear to you, and that was early in the day, she had 18,000 views in since this morning. I don't know what it is now. 18,000 views. So, in other words, people were really caught up in the Slim shit that was going on and their life together. And those same people who were following Slim are now switching off to her because they want to see what's happening with the baby. Any mention of Slim, they want to see what's going on with her life. Apparently, she seems like she found her freedom now. I think she felt she was in prison with Slim, following his orders. Oh, she's still laughing like a hyena. Maybe she's a little happier now, not having Slim there, but still collecting money off him or his show. She's driving his car, which I told you is dangerous. She's not experienced. Again, with the car seat, I didn't see it. Somebody said they might have seen it. All I seen was her cousin or something in the back seat holding the baby on, and maybe they said that they had the baby in the front at one point with a seatbelt on, but a child of 1 year old, that seatbelt ain't gonna work right. And if the car got into an accident, uh, the bags are gonna come flying out, could take the kid's head off. Yeah. Strategic is back. Strategic positioning. I say just do your shows when you want. Just leave them up for us to catch later. No, I've been saying that I'm just having too much shows on here. And I need to spend my time well, here's the thing, what most people don't realize. I will only come on here in between times that I'm either resting, doing chores, spending time with my partner, doing whatever. That's it. I do spend time with my partner. I know it seems I'm on here all the time. Believe me, I make proper time with her. I don't leave her out of my life just for food. YouTube ain't that important to me. But yes, we do spend ample time together. I do spend ample time with the family here when they're home. They're not going to school or going to some uh, recreational practice or something, or going to church because they're altar boys too. See what great kids they are? Great kids. Sugar, whatever. Research has shown that laughing for 2 minutes is just as healthy as 20 minutes of jogging. So now I'm sitting in the park laughing at all the joggers. That's a good one. You're sitting and laughing at the joggers. That's pretty good. Yeah. No, laughing could get your, I don't know, oxytocin level up or something, get your GABA going, all that stuff. Yeah. Where it's quite the opposite. When you're angry, you're just getting your cortisol levels rising, which is not a good thing to do. Well, I got to hit the old CR anyway. So, nice talking to you guys. I'd appreciate in the future a little bit more dialogue. And there's even some vloggers out there that are contemplating going back to uploads, but the ones that are monetized, they want to stay with the status quo of doing live streams because it's then they can get, buy me a coffee, get super chats and stuff like that. So they've been more likely gravitating toward the live streams for that purpose alone. What's this here? Sugar bow something something whatever. I can't even read. The connection is turning into a passionate blaze. I'm not sure what that means. Well, I'm not monetized, so you can't give me a super chat. I'm not monetized. If I was monetized, you could do super chats on here. A lot of people have super chats because of their whole purpose of coming on to make money. I'm not on here to make money. I don't have monetization on here. Hope you understand. I should actually get my Gcash number on there sometime in my description. I might get surprised sometime and somebody might actually donate to it. All I can say is stay tuned, subscribe, you'll know what I'm on. If you want somebody to listen to on a regular basis, I've been as regular as anybody could possibly be on here, I'll tell you that. And hit the notification bell and you'll know when I do a show. Yeah, just, subscribe. It'll probably pop up when I do a show, but if you hit the notification button, that'll kind of let you know when I'm actually on here. Yeah, we usually do have a lot to talk about on here, but I always like more of an active audience and a lot of dialogue rather than doing all these monologues on here, which half the time I do monologues. I'm getting all the smiley faces. Thank you. It's good to be. I'm appreciated by some. With that being said, I got to wind down for the night. Let's see. What else? One more message. Why do you keep changing your channel name? I'm never satisfied with my name on here. As I said, I take YouTube for granted. It's not, that important to me. My original channel name from the beginning when I first started is My Philippines Interest. I might change it back. I just had it on there actually. The original. They tried to do copycats, but can never measure up to my show, the real deal, Still, punch in my past name, you'll find me. Or look under Paradise Twice. Under that name, you'll always find me under Paradise Twice. One word, I guess, Paradise Twice. No, I don't think I make that much, but I've came close. Well, I'm retired. I got time on my hands and all that. And if I'm done with chores, I'm done doing things with her, and I'm done. I just want to kick back rather than watch TV, which I don't want to watch excessive TV. I do a show on here about something, but it's been pretty extreme. Yeah, a lot of us don't have that much of a life. Not out here, anyway. If my life was that active, I wouldn't be on as much. Just, hey, call a spade a spade. You get older, you slow down a lot. You might be doing a lot less activity. I keep busy in my own way. I also do, in the mornings, a bit of exercise, moving the blood, a little bit of that every morning, which really helps. Something that everybody should be doing anyway. Yeah. God bless you, and y'all love you guys. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button. Tell your friends. Share it on Facebook. Whatever you have to do. Yes, and we do go on camera here and there. It's not that we're never on camera. I kind of like the radio kind of format. Because I'm not a movie star. I don't have the face. Maybe I do. I don't know. I just, tired for one. And I just don't photograph well on camera, period. But I have to go. And thank you guys for showing. I guess I'll just leave this on. If you haven't seen the whole thing, I'll let you. Good evening. Been kind of out of it this afternoon, just kind of resting a lot. Okay, I'll be honest, I looked at some news shows, kind of keep it updated with all that. Speaking of being updated, we have enabled my Gcash on here. Let's call it an experiment for my loyal viewers. A little experiment. That would be in my description box anyway. Okay. There we go. Yeah, the Gcash will be in my description box. Yeah, we had that laying dormant for quite a while. Let's call it. Oh, what's this? Who's tearing apart some? Oh, gosh. Toilet paper on here? Why is there. Hold on. Were they going after a piece of toilet paper? Ripped up toilet paper in the living room, whatever it is. Baby wipes? That was in the living room. Is a dog eating a baby wipe or
Toilet
something?
paper or
Hey, I don't know what it is. Let me see. No, I think it's some kind of a baby wipe or something. I don't know. What are they going after that for? Yes, I do got Gcash. It is in the description box. Let's call it a experiment here for those who care. Yeah, I've done this before, but seriously. Pardon me. I just ate some chicken curry. A little bit of chicken curry. Well, it's nice that I got it, but it's a matter of people who will donate to it, though. That's the problem. Never had too much success with that. Maybe a long time ago, but we're talking a long time. I just had to reinstall because I had gotten rid of my Play Store for some reason. I don't know, but you got to have the Play Store, I guess, and it was still there. There was still a tiny, tiny little balance, and it was like from a long time ago, actually. Long time ago. I didn't realize that I had disabled my Play Store, you know. Yeah, I know. Some people said that don't erase all your uploads. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. But it's in the description box anyway. Yeah. I think that's only good for the Philippines, right? Yeah. Is that just good for the Philippines, Gilda?
what?
The Gcash?
International.
It's international? Oh, that's good. I just thought it was good in the Philippines. That's why I never bothered with it, you know.
My friends in Alabama, they send me sometimes
Oh,
in
okay.
Gcash.
Yeah, I guess Gcash, internet. You know, I never really got into that much of this stuff. I had it one time. I don't usually monetize. My channel's not monetized, but the only thing I could offer on here is Gcash. That's about as far as I can go on here, I think, you know, actually. Yeah, I'll try to keep my uploads on here. Yeah. And one of the reasons I don't also have a lot of views is because I'm always off camera. And that, I'll be honest with you, I've done that in the past. If I've seen somebody who's off camera, people are very visual. You know, they want to see something on camera. They want to see a face on camera. They want to see something on camera, you know. You can't really blame them, but I'm not the only one that ever does this. But, you know, it can't single me out, really. But, I don't know, I get in the mood to go on camera. You know, I do get on camera. I just, I don't know, don't always feel like going on camera. I'm not really a big TV star. I only play one on YouTube, you know. But I don't know. It's supposed to be on here on the comment section. I don't know. I can't do that on my phone, you know. We're better looking at Mad Matt. Oh, Mad Matt, yeah. He's crazy. What's this button here? Chat filter, top man, community moderation, automatic chat translation. No, I don't need that. No, I just got this in my, the Gcash is actually in my description box. Yeah. I think if I was on my laptop, which is not charged up and I'm not really
No,
using
we
it.
don't have any laptop.
No? Well, there's a way in the comments. See, let me explain this right here. Do you notice here, Gilda, that I don't have a space box on here? Like if I want to put a link or something on here. I don't have that on here. And I don't know, in the past I used to have that. So like if I wanted to put a Gcash number or share a link on here, I can't do so. See, there's no box. I see your comments, but there's no empty box on here where you could. In the past, I was able to share links and stuff like that, but it's been like this for a long time. I'm not able to share any links or nothing here because I remember in the past you could put a link on there and you could put that permanently on top of your chat room, and if somebody has Gcash or something, you could see it up there. But instead, I mean, it's on my description box. That's the best I can do because I'm not seeing that. I don't know why. How to remedy that really. We got people that are pretty good with the phones around here, but I don't know. Her younger kid and her older daughter are here, and they might know how to do that. But they just managed to get my Gcash on here. I said, what the hell? Why not? Shit, everybody else is capitalizing on here. So what the hell? We're all goddamn capitalists. And because of the wonderful job I've done through the years to entertain people and all that good stuff, and never getting my channel monetized, I guess proved that it ain't about the money after all. It's about giving you good quality material. So now I'm making this available on the description box, and you guys can do your thing if you wish to and surprise me. You probably would surprise me, actually. See, the trolls don't want you to donate to my channel. Okay? No. They're going to discourage you from doing that. Oh, they hate it, though. Oh, God, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. In the past, when I used to get donations when I was monetized, a little bit here and there, sporadic, but though they get upset. They get really upset. They didn't want anybody to donate. When I had super chats going at the time, oh yeah, they got upset when I had super chats and stuff when I was monetized. They just got irate, you know. So we'll do an experiment here. So if you go to the description box, there's my Gcash number displayed in the description box. It should be there. And as I said, I don't have a message box on the bottom here on my comment section, which I used to. Where I used to be able to share links, and I could put it up at the top of the chats, and you could see the number on there. Unfortunately, no, it's not working that way on this phone. As I said, I don't know why. I'm not Mr. Technical here, never was, never claimed to be, or will be. Okay, I just finished eating. It's going to be TV time. I have not watched TV all day because I don't know, just showing some courtesy to her daughter because she works online. Sometimes she's like live with clients on her, accounting job, and so I don't want to interfere. So I'll probably watch a lot of TV later after this, I think. Yeah, why not? I see Scotty's been doing long shows, and I don't know. Yeah, better looking in Mad Math. Yeah, why is he so mad? Why is Mad Math so, yeah? Why is he so mad? Why is everybody so mad? I don't know why. I'm not upset at anything right now. I'm pretty chillax. Yeah, we had a bit of rain today, which, we need. Not extraordinary, but, adds up to something, I guess, in the aquifer underground. Compared to over a year ago, whenever that was. I mean, my God, we got a drought around here. What, a year and a half ago now? Is that what it is? Whew, I'm talking about dry. Every bush, there's no bushes left out there in the field outside, and no grass, was all brown, and not even dead grass. I mean, the cows across the road were going for the roots if they could find it to eat. And one of them died, too. If you remember that one. One of the cows died. It was either dehydration or a combination of a lack of nutrition because there was just no grass. People would come over with stuff to eat, like banana palm leaves. I'd give them whatever I had. Probably the only thing that kept them alive for a little while. People used to come in with a pickup truck with some banana leaves occasionally, but they couldn't do it all the time. So yeah, you get droughts here. You get periods of intense rainfall, and Unfortunately for Cebu and a lot of communities, when it rains, it pours. I mean, the streets are getting flooded, and that can't be good. That can't be healthy because all the sewerage and all that stuff. Yeah, I've personally never experienced. I was never down in Cebu during these flash floods, or whatever you want to call them. So I've never really experienced. I've seen streets that had water on. I mean, over here, downtown here, there's some depressed areas downtown to be puddling up into a little lake or something. But I've not yet seen how bad the flooding is in person. I'd probably freak out and say, I can't even believe what I'm looking at. Yeah. So what else is going on, folksies? People kept on asking me, well, Frank, how can I donate to you? I said, well, unfortunately, I'm not monetized, and I'm still not. So I thought about it after a while. I said, what happened to my Gcash number? And I had gotten rid of Play Store or something to get rid of space or something on this phone. I don't know what happened. I'm always screwing around with the phone and causing problem and havoc, and sometimes I got to leave things alone. And so we had to reinstall. Well, I guess we found my old Gcash. It's on there now, so on the description box. So there you go. We'll do a little experiment and see how many people will actually donate. That'd be a good experiment. My loyal viewers. Yeah, let's see how loyal they are. But they just don't want to see me making any. They don't care what it is. They don't want to see me making $1. It's the trolls, of course. Not all you good people. It's the trolls. Don't give nothing to him. Well, it's none of their business what my viewers do, actually. It's just as called as a test period, and we'll leave that up there. I'll always have it on my description box, no matter what show I have on here. No one is forced to do anything. If you like my show, you want me to continue, blah 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 blah, and double blah blah, etc., then you'll know how to do it. Fair enough? Okay. All right. Oh, what do we have here? We got 8 whole people here. Wow. We're doing good tonight. Where's my original 13? I don't even have my 13 on here yet. Must be the hour of the night. God, I had to do some research on myself. Why would I keep on nodding out if I don't keep my mind active? I'll nod out. And what it is, because of a certain medication I take at night, it stays in my system pretty much all day the next day. So what happens is, it's kind of like, in a way, a muscle relaxer. It acts, and even your throat. And that's why, I'll have this short snoring. It's called a mini sleep. I'll have this short snore that wakes me up, and that'll wake me up. I'll go to, nod out for, a couple of seconds, and then it creates a snore. Okay, and then, that snore wakes me up. I told you, man, I do research on everything. And if it applies to me, yeah, I like to research stuff so I could better understand myself, my body, what's going on with me at times I might have a question about, which is something everybody else should really do too. Anything different happening to you? Anything? I don't know. Do you have restless leg syndrome? I don't have that that I know of. That keeps you up at night, or you got an enlarged prostate, perhaps, that keeps you peeing all night, get up all night. Well, that's not really happening with me. Surprisingly, it's just so I may happen to wake up overnight, and while I'm up, I'll go out and use the laboratory, while I'm up, then go back to bed. As long as I'm not using a goddamn colostomy bag, oh my goodness. They'll ever come down to that for any reason. Hope not. I hear Trump is using a colostomy bag because he smells the shit all the time. It's not the first time they've said that. Serious shit, man. So I think he's using a colostomy bag or something. Well, if you got to do what you got to do it, I guess. But it's something nobody wants. But according to what your situation is, you might actually need one. Horrible thought, but a lot of people walking around with that. What choice do they have? Well, a lot of people have a lot of things wrong with them that they have to use a certain medication or some kind of device or a CPAC machine at night or whatever, And, what's the worst of the two evils is the key question. Will I sleep better if I use a CPAC? If you need one, Ricky uses one. Dave Phelps uses one. Um, I don't know. He's never said it, but I would think that Big Kevin would be a candidate for that. But I don't know for sure. In fact, I heard that. I think I heard the Big Wallet actually. I think uses a CPAC machine, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see who else. I think Philly. Does Philly use one? There was somebody else that uses something like that. I'm not sure who that was. I know there was somebody else. I just can't think of who it is. It's not you're not going to die. It's not a terrible thing, but sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. I'm not at that point. Could be worse. Yeah, it's going to be a busy month here. Already has been. What did I have? It's my anniversary. There's her mother's birthday coming up. It's one of her children's birthdays. There's Valentine's Day. All kinds of shit. Busy month for February. So what's going on, Illuminar, Mr. Illuminar de Magico? Are you the only one that was brave enough to say hello in here? Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. Wow. Well, I've only got six on the. Only six. Well, that includes myself. I don't know. 6 people. Oh, we don't run Scotty's show. We don't have that kind of show. They're all looking for. I don't know what they're looking for on Scotty's show and other people. I have no idea why they even watch, to be honest with you, because there's nothing interesting about him at all. Oh, he knows a little AI and stuff, though. I mean, Scotty has a little bit of expertise, and you can see he's been creating some little AI make believe situations in different clothes and situations and whatnot. So he's got some talent to do some stuff. You ordered a Valentine's gift on Shopee for my girlfriend. Oh. I never use Shopee. I've always been through Lazada.
I will come to get.
Huh?
Will come again.
What's good coming?
Now I starting collecting the gift.
Collecting a gift?
Yeah.
You're getting a gift somewhere?
We don't know. Maybe.
From me?
Maybe. From
No, I
somebody.
do that in person. Yeah, you already got your jewelry. You got, I got a dinner out for our anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I don't know what we're going to do have a cake or something. I don't know what we're doing. Go out or they have all these scheduled. You got to schedule in. They got these restaurants that are having every year. They have these Valentine special dinners.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a hat with an LED display. You could program words on it. Oh, really? That's the gift. Is it heartfelt? I get so many events going on at once. There's anniversary, blah blah blah. Then there's Valentine's Day and all that. But it works two ways. You do something for each other. Oh man, I would just settle for a half hour. I would just settle for a half hour back rub at night before I go to bed. That would be a lot to me.
Not me.
Start an expat boot camp over there. An expat boot camp. See there. There they go. There they go. Who's that? Christian, perhaps? An expat boot camp. No, only thing I've done with Verts was they had a website for like a travel site, ordering plane tickets for when they were kind of handling the planes that were coming in here to Van Tyen. Yeah. V Hertz. They were doing like vacation planning and stuff like that. I don't know where V Hertz Resort is in Van Tyen. I don't know. I know the name because, when they first started to get commercial airliners starting to come in here, then they stopped it for a long time. V Hertz was the one I had on my had them on my messenger, and I would order tickets from there. Ben Breeze says, I love your market vlogs, Frank. You have such a philosophical outlook on everything. I love to listen to your commentary and beautiful, soothing voice. Well, I'll tell you, Ben Breeze, I now got a Gcash number on here in my description. Show me how much you love me, my friend. No, we're just starting out today. Announcement, we're just starting out today. We've got a Gcash. We don't got anything else. But we do have a Gcash. It's in my description box. Okay. Do more vlogs, I'll promise. Okay, do more vlogs around town or even around the house. Well, I do. I can't give you step by step every time I take a breath of air, But yeah, I'm in the house a lot and I open my camera on that, Oh, really? You watch it multiple times? Really? Because it shows up on the copycat channel all the time. It's like, what do I need them on for? And I also figured that I'm not monetized. I'm not looking for watch views and all that stuff and all that shit. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep them on, or any ones I have off, maybe I'll just put them back on or something. I don't know. 2 peaches for 1,000 pesos. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, they were making fun of that on Popeye's channel. One of them. I don't know why. I was just saying on there that I wasn't going to buy that. I wasn't cheaping out. Just I wouldn't pay like 1,000 pesos or whatever it was for 2 fucking peaches. I mean, who would do that? I don't care how much money you have. I think it's ridiculous. I hate the copycat channel. You could have built a decent sized channel. You are much better than most of the expat bloggers there. I have potential, I'm not going to blow my horn, but yeah, because a lot of it because I give a lot of my own personal philosophy on here, which people really don't do. The fact is that they're not creative enough to do that. Me, I've always been, I don't know, I've always been like that. I do my philosophy pertaining to a lot of things, politics, life in general. Most of it is, it's life in general, how I feel, and I'm getting older. Yeah, maybe I need to feel that I need to vent about stuff, people's lives matter, one of these things, I am alive and my voice is here, I'm on now. I'm not going to live forever. I like to say what's on my mind. I try to give some helpful information, and whether people take it or not, that's another thing. I know a few people probably have, Back into photography. We're in the Philippines. It would be so interesting. Well, video more likely. I just have this attitude now, what am I going to do with these pictures, When I was younger and I was really into my photography, before the digital age came out, yeah, I was pretty gung-ho with it. I loved. It was part of my being, I used to develop the pictures, all that shit. I'd be very proud when I finally, I did everything. Not only take the picture, develop the negatives. I printed them up, I had an enlarger, my trays, my chemicals, all that shit. I had all that shit. The Lady Karma video. I don't remember that one. Give me some details. The Lady Karma video. I always talk about karma, but I'm trying to think what was my Lady Karma video. But yeah, we decided, what the hell? Everybody's making money on here, and I'm not monetized. That's why I said one day maybe I'll put the Gcash on again. It's on there now. It's in the description. But like I said, I'm not technical. I don't have a box where I could like share a link when I'm doing a live show, and I don't know why. My other phone I used to have, I had that, but for some reason on this phone I don't have that. We can just share a link. Kevin does it all the time. Hey, share a link if you want to come on the show. Well, that's pretty streamlined if you want to come on the show, but there would be a link you could share because I had an empty box where I could type something out and, hit on it and, it would show out in the comment section like a link or something, but I don't have that on here. I'm not sure why. Oh, the seance video. Oh, yeah, that was a great one. I'll tell you what, I got a few people scared on there. I forgot who it was, but I had a few comments. They were worried that Frank really had that magic. Maybe I do, and I don't even know. Hell if I know. I know my aunt was good with this shit. My Aunt Mary, who's been gone a long time now. She was so powerful that, I don't know, maybe her spirit's with me here. I don't know. Seance video with the candle. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember. I know people got scared with that. There's a few people I think that, oh gosh, what do I got to worry about now? Well, I like to kind of play with things on here, I like to play around and shouldn't get too scared. I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to go that far. Yet. Yet. I gotta see how many drops. I have to do another antibiotic in her eye. I'm not really sure. Let me get this fan on in my room here. Then I'm gonna, after the show, graduate back into the living room. I understand her daughter has to work on her job thing while she's here, but she don't really. Well, no, she uses a computer in there. That's why we have another computer in the living room, a desktop, and she uses that to go online and stuff with her clients and all that stuff. So that's what.
Do you use laptop?
Yeah, she uses a laptop. That's why. That's where the TV is. But I wouldn't mind sometime having a TV in my bedroom. Because sometimes I don't want to be around a bunch of people through in there. Sometimes I just want to relax in my own bed and, now I got my glasses on. I can see your comments a lot better here. A lot of people are afraid to talk on here, Luminar di Magico. Simsalaban. It's a long name. But let's just call this a social experiment, okay? So people can't complain. Well, there's a few people who said, how come you don't got monetization? I wanted to send you something. I said, well, I don't. I said, I'm not monetized. And I said, I used to have Gcash a long time ago. And I said, what's the purpose, But I got it on there in the description box now, and we'll call it an experiment. And then we get a lot more people in here to become more aware of it. We'll see what happens. Hey, I like money too. And I've been giving out advice and stuff for free for how many years on here. I guess it's worth something, I tried to learn how to play the spoons like you, but it's too hard. I don't play the spoons. I could do my cheeks, my face, and my hands are very quick. I do something with my hands, but I could do something with my cheeks too, It's just like the air in your mouth. You open and close, it creates a different sound. While you pluck your cheeks, you could do a song or something on there or whatever. Not as good as I used to. I used to have one of those, Jew harps. I used to have a Jew harp. Yeah. I used to play the Jew's harp, but the only bad thing about that is When you pluck on that thing, the metal sometimes used to hit my teeth. I said, yeah. Yeah. No, I got some pretty quick hands, actually. Yeah, my hands are very versatile. That's my cheeks right there. There you go. What's that worth to you? Pretty cool, huh? As far as my hands, I could, not a visual demonstration, but I could demonstrate something here. But let me hand you a little sweetie. My hands are very quick. Quick hands. Quick hand Luke. And you can only probably hear it, but this will be the demonstration of that. Let's see what I could do to entertain my audience even further. Okay. That's a good song for you, Lemon de Magic. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Okay. I do magic shows for kids and birthday parties. Ah, that's cool. If you're on here doing it, they're going to say you're a fucking pervert, right? But you do it for kids. Oh, God forbid I have a little child on camera when I'm outdoors. Oh, Frank's photographing little kids. All right, this is my hands. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know, except they got that old black magic still. I don't know. Let's see. Take my ring off here. All right, you ready for this, my boy? This is pay for play here now, okay? Limber up a little bit here. Limber up. Limber up. Let's see. Okay. I am the god of hellfire. Please pay attention to my hands. Please train your eyes on this light. It gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Yeah, baby. Have you ever considered making a documentary over there? Well, I did on Hawaii, which I've had on here before. I made a documentary on Hawaii. I just don't do editing and all that shit. See how quick? For a 71-year-old dude, I'm probably pretty good. If I had like a rock band or something, I could do the percussion to that or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So much talent in my hands. So much talent. Oh my God. I don't know what to do with all this talent. I'm a psychic. I'm a philosopher. I'm an artiste. I'm an artiste. If I could only take the power of this light and bring it in to my soul. Creepy and the kooky, nanny and spooky, want to get a cookie, the Addams family. Da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da. Okay, there you go. Having a little fun here today. Why not? Why not? Okay. Yeah, I got all kinds of talents. Just don't always use them all the time. I got news for you. Remember that little. Well, let me see. That Chic playing? Let me tell you about that. That got me a trip where I took my daughter. I'm a lousy father. That got me on a radio station in Seattle. They wanted some little. They were playing around with talent and all that stuff. So I came up with a Christmas tune. I forgot which one it was. And I did that little ditty on my cheeks. And Bobby damn, but they voted me, and I got myself. Let me tell you what I got. It did come through for me one time. I got a trip from Seattle to the Billboard Music Awards in Hollywood, California. Stayed at the La Maison Hotel, private, little shuttle, that got me there, private. They gave me, I swear to God, when I came back, this would have been worth money now, but I sold it to my friend Bill in Washington State. It was a real L.A. Raiders leather jacket. Oh yeah, the real deal. It was also, they gave me, when X-Files was popular, I had my X-Files shirt, had an X-File hat too. And there was some other stuff that they gave me too, and I don't remember what it was. But it was some good collectible stuff. And a guy, X-Files was really popular, and I was wearing that shirt, and that guy wanted to buy that shirt right off my back. I gave him it for my back. I loved the X-Files, but this guy was a real fanatic about it, more than I was. I mean, I was pretty big on the X-Files. But yeah, and Bill, I don't know how much I sold to him for, but that would have been worth some money today if I would have kept it in original condition. This was a official LA Raiders jacket. It was an official. Some of the expats in the Philippines could be on an episode of X-Files. Yeah, I know. I know. Do you believe? I believe. Smoking Man. I think he's still alive too. Actually, he used to smoke, but he don't no more. Actually, I forgot the actor's name. God, he played in so many movies too. He was always like an agent or a bad guy or something. I don't remember the actor's name. He had that very serious looking face though. He could play any character. I used to be able, and another thing with whistling, I don't know, man. Ever since I had my teeth capped, I can't whistle like I used to. I used to do the X-Files theme very well, but I can't seem to do it. And I used to do the good, the bad, and the ugly thing pretty good. I wasn't a bad whistler. I wasn't bad. I don't know where I got these talents, but maybe I was just a bored child growing up or something. I don't know. I just don't have it on the whistle anymore. I just can't seem to do it. My mouth is not wet enough, or if I tried to do it right now, I'd do a horrible job of it. I could try, but I know I can't do it without breaking up or screwing up. But I used to do the X-Files thing. I could give it a try, the old-fashioned try here. But I just don't think it's going to work. I don't know. It's ever since I don't know. I had a lot of my teeth, crowned and stuff, and that made a big difference for some reason. I don't know. No, see, I'm ready. It used to be smooth and very. No, see that little. That little flurry in there. I never had that little flurry. Okay, it was really, it was constant. It was consistent, and I can't seem to do that. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. God, I used to be a good whistler, man. I guess I do got. Well, I had some talents anyway. I used to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. I used to do that thing. What else? I mean, it's a shame. I can't seem to do it anymore, man. I should have recorded myself. But it makes a big difference. I don't know. Maybe I had some spaces in there somewhere with a tooth missing at the time. And I don't know. And I got caps put in and all that shit. It changed the whole contour of my mouth or something and fucked me over. Now, there's two ways of whistling. It's like overhand, where you're blowing out and puckering, Then there's another way when I don't pucker. It's like I call it underhand. And it's just done with my tongue and not with my lips. And I could do something like this, and even that has been destroyed. I can't. It's gone. The magic is gone, man. Oh, a lot of people talk like Donald Duck. I know. Yes. Well, it's a hard thing to do. I've never been able to do that. Unfortunately, you can't demonstrate for me on here. I could imagine you working as a private investigator, Frank. Yeah, I might have been good at that. Camera in hand, all that shit, and yeah. See, I'm a good actor when I want to be, too. One thing about me, I could fit into almost any crowd. I'm like a chameleon. Even at my age, I mean, I could indulge myself into a younger crowd. I'd be accepted to some point because, I don't know, call me the Universal Soldier or something, but I could kind of infiltrate different types of crowds and people. I could be highbrow if I want to at one of these yuppie gatherings. I could do all that shit. Have I been involved in any physical altercations over there? No, not yet. I'm expecting it, but no, not yet. Not yet. If it happens, it happens. I'll know about it. No, I haven't. I've approached people like Licky and other people, but I never. No, I don't want to go that far. Then I really wind up in jail. I'm too old for that shit anyway. What the hell does somebody my age want to get involved in a physical altercation with anybody? Even somebody my own age. I don't even want to do that. I don't want anything else to break down on me, I don't need any medical problems. I don't really have what I would really call, per se, a medical problem. I did have one with the stones, kidney stones, but other than that, I mean, there are some little ailment type things I have that, not life-threatening or anything like that, but no, nothing like that. What don't make sense, he's leaving town. I saw his video. He's going into Dumageddon. He ain't leaving town. He's got a house there. He's got belongings. He's got material that's hers too. They got pigs over there in a piggery. They're not going to leave that shit alone. I don't know. What do you say? One idea was have some relative. I thought they're against her. They want to get away from the relative. So I don't know. You can't listen to what Jimbo says. He put some money into that place, even though it's a damn dump. He's supposed to be into construction and stuff. I can't believe it. It's a dump. He said, leave it or rent it out or burn it down or knock it down or something. No, I don't think so. He's going to try to get it rented out. He's going to go back home, or he's going back to Michigan for a while and go to work, he said. He's running out of money here, apparently. He's trying to get his wife there to go with him, or if she's able to do that. But, they got pigs there, stuff like that. And what are you going to do? You're going to leave the house alone? some family out of the blue is just going to move into it and crash on the pad, wreck the house. Well, he's going to hell where he's going, but basically, right now he's in Dumageddon, where all the other foreigners go, which is a place I'll never go. Welcome, listeners. Welcome. We got our 14 in here now. Please look at my description box. We got my Gcash up there, friends. Now's the time to show that you care. We got the Gcash going here. I'm going to go into capitalism, I decided. Yeah, why not? Always giving stuff out for free. My advice, everything else, I figured shit's got to be worth something. DJ Jazzy, what time is it there in Cebu? It is 6:51 according to my clock. 6:51 p.m. Yeah, oh yeah, he's going to take her to Cambodia. Well, Cambodia is a good place, I heard. Actually, it's probably one of the cheaper places to go to, but you got to find the right spot. Where he was at was some dump site. It was not the best part of Cambodia, That was a mistake of him over there. Phnom Penh, however you pronounce it, I think you pay a little bit more in a big city, but you're going to get a lot more for your money. More to do. Because he was bored out of his skull in a town, Kokong, whatever. He was in Kokong at one point. It's supposed to be boring as hell there. What is the latest situation with Barry? I really don't know. All I know is that he's going to be in there until they decide to get him out of there. That's all I know. If he doesn't pay me in the court, he's just going to remain there in, I don't know, what do you call it? Perpetuity? That's as far as I know. He's probably used to being there now. He's probably made some good friends. I doubt it. Probably more like the opposite. But what he has in there is foreigners. But the foreigners that he has in there, we're not talking about Sweden, Swedish. We're talking about Africans, Muslims. You gotta love the Muslims, though, and Chinese. It's not a case. I don't have a case. I have a complaint. I don't have a case. She might have a case, but I don't have a case. There's no case against me. It's just a complaint. And there's Mark Catley, Bebots only. Damn right, man. My Philippines interest doesn't need to be a free ride. The service is too good to give away for free. Well, I don't know what to tell you, sir, but I think you've asked me this once before, if I was ever not. Well, if you go to my description box, there's my Gcash number, folks. Prove your loyalty to me. Show me that you care and that you like the things I do on my show. Yeah. Ash, cash, or grass, nobody rides for free. It's going to be my new motto. You know where to find it. As I said, I don't have a box on here where I can show you a link on the chat. As I said, I don't know why, but... No, you don't... No. My girlfriend said you do not... She knows somebody that's in Alabama, one of her friends, who does a Gcash thing right here in the Philippines. It's international. People under the thought that it was only within the Philippines. It's Gcash, like in Google. It's Gcash. You could be international. Who leaked you address for the free rice? Who leaked you address for the free rice? Oh, take a wild guess. Probably. You'll probably be right. No, I never got PayPal. I used to have PayPal. But that was not for YouTube. That's when I used to sell things online. That was a long time ago. Yeah, more than likely, Breave. More than likely, yeah. So we're going to experiment with this, and we'll see who's generous and not that likes to follow my show. And I thought about it for a while. I see everybody making money out there on their show, right? And what did they put on? A bunch of crap. Bunch of crap. They're getting, you know, PayPal. They're getting super chats, buy me a coffee, all this shit. They all are. And I'm over here giving free advice,
Don't speak.
giving good shows and stuff. And what? And what? I get shit for it. I didn't create them. They created themselves. I never had any true enemies on here. They just kind of like appeared. I don't know. There's a lot of elements involved there. You know, they weren't living my life, and you know, I have a steady girlfriend for 10 years. My anniversary's on the 4th, and all that. You know, we bought a house and stuff. A lot of them are not able to come to the Philippines. They're living their life vicariously through me and other people on here. There's a lot of different reasons, and most of it is because I speak the truth on here. And again, I hold that proverbial mirror in front of their face. They don't like what they see. Or maybe I blocked them on my show. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. I got a lot of fans, but they don't want to admit it, though. See that magic number 13 on how many are viewing right now? Those are my key people on here. They're probably trolls, most of them. They always come here to listen to my show. They say I have nothing to talk about, but they're always here to listen every time. That magic number, it ain't 1,000, it ain't nothing like that, but there's 13 people that come on here when they know I'm on. That number always comes up, my lucky number. Yeah, it's amazing. I know who they are, of course, obviously. I know every one of them. Yeah, 13 troll. Well, no, you're on here, so you're included, unless you're a troll, but there's a mixture of trolls and fans. My fanboys. Well, that's a good question. I have some of my own ideas, but I haven't totally pinpointed yet, but I have a very good idea. I won't say on here until I'm actually sure, but I have a reasonable idea who's running it, but I won't say it on here because I'm not 125% sure. I don't want to give them the knowledge that I may know who they are. I don't know how to fix this though. As I said, I don't have a message box on here where I could put a link in or something, which kind of sucks. I could even comment on my own show here. I never had that problem way in the past. At least I'll be able to put a link in or something, but I can't do that on here. All right, back to 13, went to 14, went down to 13. 3 thumbs up, so I know I got 3 people that are not trolls. Or maybe they are. They still like my channel. They still come. But I only got 3 thumbs up. That means that there's at least 3 people that are not particularly trolls. I hate to see the hundreds of people on the copycat channel talking bad about you, Frank. Well, then what else? What else are they going to do? Good, I got another thumbs up anyway here. What are they going to do with their time? They got to do something. I am important. I am obviously significant in this genre. To devote a channel where they just record my shows, that's kind of an honor if you think about it. But they actually think that they're hurting me or something. But no, but of course they like to put up these little thumbnails of my girlfriend or something, looking like a whore or something and all that. It don't even faze me or her anymore. It doesn't even faze me. But I know one thing for sure. They don't want to see people donating to my channel because when I was monetized a long time ago, yeah, I'm a baby in a crib. Yeah, they like to use that one. But they just don't like to see me making money on my show. Because when I used to be monetized and anybody donated, oh, they'd be talking about that. Somebody's kissing Frank's ass or something. They just did not want to see me making money on my show. I said the best revenge is making money on my show, really. They don't want to see that. That they don't. Well, it's kind of like this. I'll make the last statement on this. It's in the description box. It's always going to be there. Even when I end the show, I'll keep my shows on, so you'll always have access to the description box. If anybody wants to start it off and starting donate, please do. Let's stick it to the haters and support. Well, you're capable too, Mark. Anybody else out there? He doesn't know he's repeating himself is the latest title. Oh, I saw that. Oh, they don't repeat what they do. No, they don't repeat. It's all, what's the word? It's just redundancy. Their channels is just, just redundant crap. They don't talk about me. They talk about her. They talk about something. It's the same shit. Let's sock it to them. That's all I could say. If I get any Gcash, I won't mention your name on here because you maybe don't want to know that you donated, but I will basically tell the viewers, yes, I did get some Gcash and blah, 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 and how much, and I just won't mention any names unless somebody wants to mention. That's different, but I will be discreet about it. I'll just say, hey, great, I just got some Gcash on here. Start it off. So we can go from there. Fair enough. I'll just keep that in my description box. And I'll keep my shows up. Just so you'll always be able to see that. And no, I don't have any PayPal. I don't really want to graduate. I just, one thing, When I first heard about you, Frank, I could only watch the copycat. It took me a long time to find you. Yeah, because I went under different names all the time. I changed names like I changed my socks. I got to keep to just one name. My original show, My Philippines Interest, I was thinking of calling it the Frankfeld Show because I'm so into Seinfeld. And my show is really a show about nothing, but it's about something, which was the whole context of the, of the Seinfeld show. So we'll see. Plus, I always say I just don't know what my future is on here. I talk about that a lot. And the latest thing they ever got to believe in I was getting off YouTube was when I was off for about 3 months. And they really figured, well, Frank really got off. And I was off for that while. I mean, I really was. I had time. I had no intent to come back. But I slipped. I slipped. It's okay. We make mistakes. But I do notice, though, that the one thing that really disturbed people a lot when I was monetized, the biggest donation I got was 100. But then I had, from all people, John Blaze had sent me, actually, it wasn't through Gcash. What was it from? It was Gcash, but $600. $600. Then the trolls turned around and said, yeah, he's not using it for the purpose. He bought his girlfriend a gold bracelet with that, which of course is not the truth. That money went toward the purpose, toward my attorney, which it was earmarked for. And I actually did use it for my attorney. I actually did. I didn't buy her a gold bracelet with that money, but that was trolls, of course. There's my 13. See, I told you, man. 13 top fans on here. I know, it's a real cry from these other shows that are getting... Do you know that... God, it's unbelievable. But do you know that Jolene is getting like 18,000 views? I know she had one show on, Sim's wife or girlfriend, whatever she is. First show she put on under her name. Over 18,000 views in a day. Can you believe that shit? Paul, he's the same old, same old. He hasn't changed. They'll have special guests on. That's how they further their channels. Oh, I got to be a guest on this popular guy's channel. And I'm going to get all the people. That's kind of how it worked in the past, too. Still does. People all of a sudden come to your channel. If somebody's promoting you on their channel, if they thought you an interesting enough character, then there they went. You think she's hot? I don't. Did Mark Thornton face his death? I don't think so. It's all the way to go off YouTube, though. I don't know what you see. I don't. I mean, everybody has their own taste. I don't think she's hot at all. I don't think she's ugly. Well, I don't think she's hot. She's kind of a plain Jane to me, as Filipinos might go. I mean, she's nothing incredible or edible to me. I heard he didn't want to be a father and moved to Thailand. Mark Thornton? Nah, the thing is, I never really followed him. I've checked out a few of his shows, but I just always heard about him from somebody else. It was always somebody else. Would it surprise me that somebody would do something like that? No. Well, look at Brevis. Brevis not spending any time with his girlfriend and his child. He's out in Manila, going to girly bars and drinking and beer tasting festivals. And oh my God, is he like, his whole world is around alcohol. His whole world is bars, and that he tries to be a connoisseur of wines. He wants to kind of depict himself as this upperclassman and stuff like that. It just doesn't work for him. He's more of a street thug than, he's not an upperclassman. Yes, Mark Thornton has been spotted and filmed in a few locations around Thailand. No, maybe he didn't die, but I don't know. I don't follow that show. I really don't follow that show. So I really wouldn't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people. In fact, I never even used to watch Scotty. Except he's been on a lot, and it is, oh, I got up too quick. Whoa, boy, I got up too quick. My blood pressure was low. I got up too quick. You ever get that happen? You get off of the bed real quick and sit down again. Okay. Now he says he's been spotted and filmed. I'm sure he's making good money on his show. Why would he get off YouTube? Well, unless he's being attacked by enough people and decided, well, maybe it's time to get off or something. Still got my original 13 here. Look at that. It doesn't change either. Let's see what this button is here. Lighting, no, don't need lighting. Relit on, no. Retouch on, no. What's this? A 49. Oh, I don't know what that was. 13 with 4 thumbs up. Boy, that's embarrassing. It really is. You got these shit shows out there, man. They're getting hundreds or thousands of views, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? What are they doing? I know, besides the clickbait and all that shit, but it's drama. That's all it is. It's drama. Just, drinking. Everything's geared around drinking or hanging around a bar or photographing women on a walking street. I mean, that's pretty much it. Then you go to Philly in the Philippines, and what the fuck does he talk about at the 217 or whatever the fuck he calls this place? He's living in a fucking swamp. I mean, a real swamp. Shit, man. Most exciting thing that Phillies did in a long while was to put a door on his house. I don't know why it took that long to put a door on his house, but he gets all these views. Go figure. I don't know. Well, part of it, too, for newbies, is that I don't go on camera very much. And a lot of people don't. Well, 2 things, really. A lot of people don't want to look at a blank screen, especially for newbies. Secondly, let's see. I don't like when I used to be able to do that on my laptop. I don't know. I can't do it on here. Even what the meta tags are, the metadata, where that's how you get people to traffic to your show is by keywords. You familiar with that? Yeah. You get a lot of enemies for punching Dexter in grounds. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Punch Dexter in grounds. And I don't, you need a highway of information to come to your channel. You got to guide and direct people, and you're going to use certain keywords, whether it's Filipinas, Cebu, followed by a comma, and whatever it is, the context or content of your channel. And after a while, the traffic comes, and I don't have any way of putting that down on my phone here. Ben Breeze says Philly went from being a MAGA prison guard, running the Philippines into the ground. Now all of a sudden he is a cool, down-to-earth hippie with a beard and a bandana. I know. Oh, hashtags, whatever. Yeah, hashtags. Yeah. No, we don't want anybody who's trying to applaud Jeff Epstein on my channel. Bye, dude. You gone, buddy. Philly is trying to go under a lot of different enemies. He's trying to look like a tough guy, and he's not a tough guy. The bandana, the beard, the orange-colored cheap sunglasses. At least get a nice pair of sunglasses. But he hides his eyes. I know he hides his eyes because they're dark. Kind of like they used to call him Frankenstein because he had these Frankenstein eyes, deep and dark. He's like a Ren Zero, Sentai 7 wannabe or something. Something like that. Anyway, that's the announcement. I want to watch a movie, guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to go take over my living room again. And the Gcash is on my description box on here. We will keep the show on. I don't know if you can see my description box while you're on live with me. I don't. If I was on the laptop, I could see all that shit. But why did Trixie buy a condo? Well, I suppose she bought it in the Philippines. Well, their plan was to get a house or something of their own, my understanding, and it could be that Ren is going to be coming back, and maybe he needs to pay into his Social Security so that he'll receive it when he's Social Security age, that he had to go back to work in America. And also, Trixie, she was carrying his ass for a long time, so I'm sure he was sending back money for her to put away, X amount of money per paycheck or per month. Well, white picket fence ain't happening, but a condo. Well, I thought she was going to the United States too. I didn't understand it. I haven't been to her channel in a while. Just every now and then she's still there. She still didn't lose weight. I remember that. It wasn't too long ago I went over there. She still, got a show on. She's not on all the time though. Boy, she was going good at one time, wasn't she? They're making money. All kinds of products they were sending her. People, it was just crazy, man. All the candy, and she was eating it all up. Electronics, drones. I mean, they could open up a damn shop with all the shit that was coming in from the viewers. It was amazing. Oh, she actually has a condo now, Illuminar. I haven't seen it. I'll have to go check if something. How big of a condo? 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, studio? She has 13 million views in one video? Are you shitting me? I thought she wasn't very active on her show. What is bringing all the viewers back now? She wasn't, That don't make 1 bedroom, brand new. I'll have to check it out. Mark's wife has admitted Mark is alive in Thailand, and they just decided to part ways. Mark faked his death just to get out of fatherhood. Okay, if you say so. 13 million views. How can anybody get 13 million views for one show? She's not that interesting. She hasn't been really active on YouTube that much. How is that possible? Oh, it's an 8-year-old video. Imagine that. You just let your video ride on there. 18 million. I mean, shit. Yeah, but you know something? All right, she's active on the show here and there. But if you completely get off YouTube and you leave your videos on, YouTube will only give you about 2 years. They'll take it down if there's no activity. So you can't have like a perpetual show. and it's gathering viewers and AdSense money and all that shit. I don't think so. You have 2 years and inactivity, they take it down. Well, they were pretty popular back in the day. The dynamic duo. Because Ren was a trip to watch, man. The guy was such a goofball. They're little spats and no Ren. I actually liked Ren's show for the most part in the beginning. Remitly to send Gcash is too hard. Asks a lot of questions. Remitly's not hard. I used to have that. You got to go to Remitly to send a Gcash. Ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Oh. So I don't know what to say, man. Sounds like you were trying, and I appreciate that. I do, actually. That's all I got. That's all I could offer is the Gcash on my description box. That's all I got on here. I know I should look into other things, but we're not monetized, so PayPal was a pain in the ass. I used to have PayPal, but I'm just going to settle for Gcash. Don't know what else to say on that, But you tried. Sounds like you tried. I appreciate the thought. Oh, because if you're out of the country, I think is what you're saying, that you could send a Gcash, but it'll have to go to another party like Remitly or one of these cash places or something. Wants the name on the account, wants a mobile number of the account. Well, that's the number. That's the number. Use that number.
Bataglia.
Frank Battaglia. Frank and BATTAGLIA. That's simple enough. And you got this Gcash number is made just for Gcash. So you used the number that you called in on, whatever you did, So you said they want the name on the account. That will be my name, and the mobile number of the account. There you go. There you go. That should work. That doesn't sound like a lot of work. You're saying that she only wanted a child from Mark, so he was okay with Mark faking his death and going to Thailand. Okay, well. And my number for the Gcash is, I'll just read it out in case you don't have to go to my description box, is 09693673217. And there you go. As I said, I can't put the link on here, and as I said, I don't know why. That's the way it is on here, on this phone. I don't know why. I used to be able to do that. Throw a link on here, my own little box here, I can't even comment on my own show. Not on the comment section. I cannot do that. I don't know why. Well, I got two phone numbers here. One is my personal phone number. One is a Gcash, and that's the one I put out. Can't believe I still have it, but I still do. Because I haven't used it. But no, I don't follow Mark. Everybody has a reason to get off YouTube, but sometimes you've been on long enough and You know, everything in life could get played out after a while, you know. But I gotta admit, though, when you're actually living out here in the Philippines, yeah, sometimes, sometimes you'll feel a little played out. And so, well, let me go further than that. Sometimes you will actually, you feel the need to kind of communicate with people of the same likeness, you know, English speaking, you know, the American slang, or whatever, you know, all that stuff, you know. That's what I think, you know. I had to step out for a minute because you ever had that happen? You've been laying down a while, you get up and you got low blood pressure because you haven't been moving around. You feel a little bit dizzy when you get up. I'm cool now. Every now and again that happens. Say, whoa. What else is going on this month anyway? I got numerous things going on that I don't have to participate in. My girlfriend's mom is turning 90 this month. And she's been bedridden about 4 years now. She's in no shape. I mean, she can't walk because she had a stroke, okay? But you know, I'll tell you one thing though. She always remembers me when I go over there. Puts out her hand for me, and because I've always, you know, showed personal care for her. At times I take a wet rag and wipe her head down if I thought it was a little warm in the room or something. And we always bring over a piece of cake. She likes to have a piece of cake. She always wants to have some cake, you know. She's a good lady. She's a good lady. Always liked her mom. It's sad though, you know, she had that stroke, but she's in such bad shape that, you know, her heart is weak. She can't walk for one, because of one side of her body. But the other leg is kind of atrophied too, the muscle, so she's not going anywhere. She can't even really sit up in a wheelchair. She don't like it. Because her, you know, her neck muscles, everything is so loose and, you know, that her head kind of bends over. And for 4 years, I can't see laying in the bed for 4 years. I just can't see doing that. I just can't see that. I'd rather be dead than, I mean, I'd still be alive and be able to, know what's going on in the world with my family, all this stuff out here, but it's really not the way to live. Not 4 years where you can't get out of bed, you can't do anything. I just don't think that is for me, you know? I've been so long since I've done a Gcash. Am I supposed to be notified? I hear a beep on my something if I got a Gcash or something. I tell you, I've been out of this for a long time, man. I've been out of this. But look at it this way. For the majority of my so-called career, if you want to call it that on YouTube, yeah, I didn't exactly go around all the time soliciting for money. There's a few times. That was about it. I never concentrated on that. My show was always free. But look at the average show now. They don't just want one way to monetize their channel. They're not only getting a monetization through YouTube, but they got everything on there. They got Gcash. They got PayPal. They got Buy Me a Coffee. They have a whole bunch of other shit, including Gcash. I mean, they're using every avenue that they possibly can. They're even selling. They got their own little online store. It's a regular business they're running. It's a regular business. Isn't that amazing? Somebody said that Slim's made about $2 million from his show for the time he's been on it. I don't know how true that is. Would it surprise me? Not really. But look at what Vitali made. I don't know. I heard Vitali was worth about 12 million bucks. But I don't know how many years Vitaly was on. I don't know. I just don't understand. Well, okay, it was his antics online, and everybody tried to copy him too. And of course, you had other people too, besides Vitaly. You had that one black dude. What's his name? Who I think he's still in Thailand. I don't know if he's still in detention in Thailand. I guess he's still alive. I guess. Well, especially in Thailand, you don't want to fuck around. Really. If you think Philippines is bad, yeah, well, places like Thailand and places like that, I don't think you'd want to fuck around. But anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. And we'll leave this show on. But I'll give the number out one more time because I don't know if you can see the description box or anything. If you got a pen, it's 0969er 367 3217 would be the number for the Gcash. Okay, we're not going to push it anymore because we're getting off. But just to let you know, if you want to show appreciation, I'm jumping on the Capital bandwagon. Everybody else is doing it. I don't see why I can't make my time worthwhile on here. We don't force people, but I don't know, maybe it's time to show a little appreciation. I never talk about money on here. If you listen to my show, it's all free. I don't even come on just once a day. I come on several times a day. And you know darn well, I've been giving you a lot of entertainment, a lot of information, and I try not to be like other channels on here. I try to be as original as I can and talk about what's worth talking about and more, and some very surprising topic matter too, actually. I kind of go a long way on some very sensitive topic matter on here, having to do with the human body, but sexually, and but a lot of guys don't know about women, how to please them. I've talked about everything on here. Talked about everything. And I don't see a bunch of shows doing that. To be honest with you, from what I've seen or heard, no, I don't think so. So far. I'm not afraid to talk about stuff. Why not? You live once. Just don't do anything to harm anybody, I guess, and kind of keep it clean as you can. All right, with that being said, I got to get off here. Take care. I appreciate the dialogue. I got to watch a movie tonight. Take over my living room again. And I got to look up something on if I'm supposed to do another application of the dog's antibiotic for her eye. I got to look that up right away before the night goes on and find a movie to watch. All right. Fantastico. That is no more asking questions about Frank. I want to send a donation, but now you know how. There you go. Oh, I can hear the trolls now. Oh, Frank is e-begging again now. Come on, when do I do that? Seriously. How many years I've been on here and I was monetized only once? Come on, seriously. Put in there. But we just bought some cream cheese. It's a welcome addition to an omelet. If you don't have any cheese to put in there, put the cream cheese in there. You might find it's more, has a lot more taste. It's really excellent. But what you see in here, atypical.
Right, it's typical.
Fried in seed oil. Oh, that's like a death
It's
sentence.
a banana.
Oh, it's a banana, but what did you terrified that banana. You put that banana in it.
If you live in the mountain and then they get war,
Yeah, but
no rice, no anything, just only banana, you just eat banana.
Well, I mean, if that's all you got to eat, yeah, but we're not in that situation. We're not in that situation. Poised to be Willie. So Scottaroonie. Oh, now that's a good dinner. Okay. We got some ribeye and veggies here. Oh my goodness. But Vitali wasn't eating that, but sure he was. He's showing you what the standard issue is there, but I'm thinking that he was eating a lot better than that, to tell you the truth. You know, ordering out. I mean, the guy's a millionaire. In a world of hurt, believe me. There's certain people on here that I just don't like. I'll admit it. Nothing to hide. You know, people on here that I wish a fucking bus would smack him in the face, believe me. I wouldn't shed a tear. And if I was there when it happened, I'd walk away and I'd say, oh, well, karma hits you hard this time, motherfucker. Did that to me. They sure did. I've sharpened up my nails. I sharpened up my teeth. Even let my toenails grow. Because I'm going to rip the person apart when it comes time. Total narcissistic. They never admit to wrong. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I mean, look at me, just recently, and I hate to talk about it again. This is my character compared to theirs. I put Popeye's, his folks' picture on my show. And I admitted that was wrong to do. And one of the most hated person on here, I apologize to. And I hate the motherfucker. More than you could imagine, I hate the motherfucker. And I labor laws, but this ain't America. And it's trying to survive, but teaching your kid to beg instead of better himself in the future, he's going to be a beggar when he's an adult. And that's why the government says not to give in to the beggars on the street. Now, don't get me wrong. If you had like half of a sandwich left that you didn't want to eat, you were too full or something, don't waste it. Give it to an animal, give it to a kid that needs the food. I'm not saying you shouldn't help in the streets of Cebu. That's really up to you, but it's supposed to be against the law to do that to begin with. Okay, point. Don't always assume that a professional knows what the hell they're doing. All right? Unless you go to a veterinary hospital or something like that, if you have an animal you care about, go to somebody or someplace that knows what the hell they're doing. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. And I'm estimating her weight is about 35, but that was too large a dose to start giving her. My dog could die from that. Her immune system just got up too quick. Whoa, boy, I got up too quick. My blood pressure was low. I got up too quick. You ever get that happen? You get off the bed real quick and so, sit down again. Okay. Now he says he's been spotted and filmed, but I'm sure he's making good money on his show. Why would he get off YouTube? Well, unless he's being attacked by enough people and decided, well, maybe it's time to get off or something. Still got my original 13 here. Look at that. It doesn't change either. Let's see what this button is here. Lighting, no, don't need lighting. Relit on. Kind of a hope before bed. Well, actually, I got to eat a piece of pizza. I don't know. Before bed, eating a pizza. I already had vegetables. I had some leftover vegetables for dinner. Oh, look at that spread. Oh, before bed, I don't know. That's gonna kill me, man. That's gonna kill me. My goodness. Oh, I'll try one. Okay, look at that. Look at that. I don't know. I think I better say, kids, we bought a electric trike, which pretty much is exclusively theirs. They use that. Hello, Ginger girl. Hey, Ginger. My older dog, she's 7. And, we're riding with them downtown sometimes, or she don't want to take the tree down yet. I don't know why. That's our dining area. No, I don't drive any vehicles because I think they're too dangerous in this state, in this country. I don't want to take a chance. I really don't. Hold on a minute. I see too many accidents. People don't know how to drive around here, unfortunately. I reckon we're going to try to get some lemons. If there's any on a tree down the block here. Little rake here. Do 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 boo. Try to see if there's any lemons on that tree.
Yeah, a lot of people get in there after them.
Yeah. I want to check it out. See if we run out of lemons. There's a tree right here, green, whatever, but sometimes you got to find it way up. And you seen anything here? You want to give that a little whirl? Sure.
How many? Two, three.
So many.
Not many.
Not many, not many. Now, let's see if we can get off here. Okay, that's one. It's perfectly fine, man. I can smell it already. My goodness. Oh, watch the ants. We don't want... Where did that go? Over here? Watch out. I don't want ants on my head. Okay, here we go. We got two here. It's one for my tea, baby. Look at that. Okay, I see more up there. Right down the block. Oh, 3, 4, 5. What? Should have brought a basket.
No, not many.
These 3 fell off. Two or 3 just fell off here.
Enough. One more.
Well, 3 is enough for now, unless somebody in the community wants to pick them up. But I don't want to leave the ones that fell. And where's the other one? Here's another one. Okay, hold on. There we go. Here we go. I know it fell out of my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. It's enough
Oh,
for
I can
you.
smell this.
It's
Nice.
enough the 4 or need more?
For now.
Huh?
For now.
Nag-ipaak na ko, babe.
Got a lot more on there, huh?
Yeah.
She's right down the block from me. Look at that. Didn't have to go very far for that. But I'm spending 20 pesos on a lemon in the store. Oh, it's get real. Mother Nature right there. The lemon store is about 100 feet from my house. Look at that. I don't know if you want to call these limes because they're green. Or they just haven't turned yellow. I got 4 of them. There's more there. There's more. Talking to my neighbor. There's actually more.
Enough the product for today.
I put that in my tea every morning. Lemon, yeah.
So many lilies.
Oh, you're back. Oh, you're enjoying yourself on his electric bike, huh? That's your little spot?
That other white dog gets around here, his head's getting a lot straighter.
What's getting straighter?
The other dog.
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's just in this morning there, and his head's getting much straighter.
His head's getting straighter, the other one? The other dog, the tan dog that comes around here, he had a neurological condition or something. Oh, turning his head to the side. Is he all skin and bones or what?
Yeah, it's still, yeah, probably still the same.
I don't know how old this one is. This one seems pretty aged. Oh, okay. No, I ain't got nothing for you right now. I don't have anything for you. No, not the moment. Oh, okay, yeah, because I haven't seen the other one. Yeah. Okay. All right, doggy. And it was your birthday too or something recently?
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Oh, well, happy birthday. What are you now?
74.
74?
5.
75? 75 is still alive. You're doing good. That's what I always say, man.
Doing well.
All right, good deal. Whoops. Pick up this lemons. I got it in my pocket too. All right. Got some lemon for my tea. Ah, Mother Nature. Mother Nature provides. And all that trees you see over there, guess what? They're all mangoes. They're all mangoes. Not supposed to be touching on somebody's land, but somebody just acquired it. Oh, I bought the land. Let me just tell you the truth. Okay. Okay. Let's go back inside here, and it's hard to manipulate things when I got a camera in my hand. And okay, here we go. 4 extra lemons here. Go to town with this baby. Jawohl. And you know, we got leftover Parmesan from our lunch that we had today. And get myself a dish. I'm just going to pick on this tonight. No need to cook anything because well, I could heat this puppy up though, yeah. Okay. What's in this magical box? Ah, there we go. Look creative. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And this is a very heavy garlicked toasted bread. Cut it in half, put in there, make a sandwich. Hell, I don't need much. She could have the other half of this if she really wants. Oh, look at the garlic on there, man. Look at the garlic. Oh my goodness. Ah. Look at that. I'm going to heat this puppy up ever so slightly. And we're going to have myself a meal. So I made my lunch spread to a dinner. Nothing big and elaborate, because I don't need anything big and elaborate. A good old chicken parmesan, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Eating good in the hood. Let's see, we don't even need that long. Let's see. Well, the bread don't need more than that. And okay, and the Parmesan is heated up, so... Ooh. Looky here, looky here, looky here. Looky here. That's all, folks. That's when I start to wind down. And usually I don't get to bed until 10 or so. I actually try to go to sleep. Kind of a routine that I get into. Number 1, Gators Rock. We had a few people on here. I don't know what they were talking about, so I kind of got rid of them. Oh, sorry, Dawn. I saw your statement. This'll be fun to watch. Frank is trying to make money on his show again. I tell you, he's there every time I do a show on. I don't know. I honestly don't know what kind of a life he's leading, but if I do a show on here, he knows about it. He'll watch it and always make comment on it. Well, Don, I hate to tell you, but I made $150. 2 donations. Sorry, Don. I know. See, the trolls don't like to hear that. He was listening when I said I got the Gcash in my description box there. Oh, Frank's going back to Gcash now. Yeah, what about it, Don? What about it? He just doesn't want to see me make any money on my show. Sorry I beat you on that one, Don. Sorry. Sorry about that, Chief. Just keep up the good work, folks. Oh, is he just coming in?
Yeah.
I might have locked the front door. You want to check?
Yeah, he called her.
Sorry. I thought he was home already.
Charge that. Dili mo ba?
I thought he was. But yeah, Don's bitching now because I got Gcash. Come on, Don. You just don't want to see anything good happen to me at all, do you? You really don't. He gets so upset, you know. He gets so upset. He practically falls apart when I have 25 viewers at once. I mean, but for me to get Gcash now, which I haven't had for a long time or utilized it, he's already talking about it. Hey, this is going to be fun to watch, he says. Let's have a good laugh. Well, have a good laugh. I made $150 so far. Okay, Don, you could laugh at that all day long. Okay. Anyway, I just came on to rap a little bit about NAC. Look it up, NAC. NAC. It's great for your lungs. It's great to detoxify your liver. It's real chemistry. Okay, it's real chemistry at work. COPD, if you have that, if you have bronchitis, if you have a lot of congestion in your chest, this thing will thin out the mucus like a mofo and get your breathing better if you have it that bad. Over time, it gets even better. It could even almost do some repairs, work on your lungs on a cellular level. It's pretty good. Frank, you're probably one of the happiest YouTube people in the Philippines, and they're just jealous. Oh, I know, man. Hey, look, I just go with the flow of this. I think you know that. If you've been listening to me for a while. I laugh at this all the time. So does my girlfriend. They're just not happy if I'm happy. And oh my God, how they fall apart if I make any donations on my show. Oh, how they fall apart, man. I remember when I was monetized, you know, and they got all pissed off when I had a few donations come in. Well, I'm not monetized now. I just got the Gcash on finally. I can't put that in the box as a link. It should be in my description on here. But I enabled this earlier and I had 2 donations already amounting to $150. I can't complain about that. See, he's not going to be very happy about that. Is this Timmy? The one who used to email me? Be honest. So, if anything, you want to smack these people in the face, hey, definitely donate to the show. Now, I will not mention your name if you don't want me to. I can guarantee you that. That's not a problem. Because the only one that's going to know that I'm getting Gcash is me. And I can basically tell you I've got some donations, but it's not really my duty to mention your name unless you want to get the accolades, you know, whatever. You want me to just kind of, you know, no, my name is Matt. Okay. But they hate it, man. Oh, I went through this in the past, believe me, you know. Like I said, I wasn't monetized for a long time. That's really not my intention, really. In fact, you know, all the videos I was taking off, I put them all back on again. I say, what the hell, man? It kind of, hits the copycat channel wrong place. Because one of the reasons they put my shows on, they copy everything, is because I always had a tendency of taking them off, but now I'm just keeping them on. I don't know what the purpose they'll be doing, copying my stuff now, but oh well. That sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Do 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 do. You said about happiness. I'm not happy all the time. I'm normal, I'm not happy all the time. I got my moments, but yeah, I mean, you gotta have a reason not to be and a reason to be. I don't have. It's not a perfect day every single day, but what are you gonna do? You emailed me once about Nika. Is that right? Okay, I don't remember, but anyway, as far as Nika's still alive, I see she's on Facebook and praying to God all the time. She's very religious. Not that I want to talk about her, but I see when something she posts on there, basically, I'm not in open communication with her at all. She gained a little bit of weight from what I could look at. And she's always quoting Lord's prayers and believing in God and God's going to help her and everything else and all that. It's good to be positive. I don't have anything against her being positive in life and considering her situation. Yeah, it was last year. We're in a new year now. It was toward the end of last year, somewhere last quarter, I believe. Yeah, I knew them both. I knew the mother and I knew the father. They were really nice people. I got along with them real well. We all went out to the mall together, had dinner. We had, very nice people. They liked me too, actually. No problem with them at all. None. They were nice. So I kind of guess it's her cousin or sister or something. I think her cousin is pretty much looking after her now, and I think she's in the same place. I guess, yeah. Although it's a terrible place because that river behind the house, that little tributary, whatever you want to call it. When you get those flooding, that son of a bitch comes up. It'll come all the way to her doorway. Not a safe living situation there at all. But she has to be around somebody all the time. I imagine her cousin or whoever's watching her has to leave the house at some point, and they'll just stay in touch by phone for any emergency, Yeah, she's living pretty rough there, she's living pretty rough as far as I know, and yeah, she's in a really tough situation. She really is. But you know what? I helped out as much as we could, both of us, me and Gilda. We helped out as much as we could until things started happening and people tried to coerce her, to go against me and all this other shit. That's when I absolutely just stopped. That was it. She was definitely on her own and no help from me anymore, that's for sure. I couldn't trust her if I wanted to, I wouldn't be surprised if she listens to my show. I wouldn't be surprised at all, actually. I had to put this on the charger here because I didn't realize how low it was. But sorry, Don C. Sorry. He's upset. He don't want anything good to happen in my life, He already was posting on the Copycat channel. Hear that Frank's got his Gcash on now. Nobody's going to donate to him. This is going to be good. Well, they did. 2 of them, Donnie. Just 2 of them did. God, they hate that. They just hate that. And I will be keeping my videos on, by the way. No more taking my videos down. Unless I think it was that bad and suck-ass, then maybe I'll remove it. But if you go to look at my video count now, there's a shitload of videos on that I release back on again. So, if you need a little fix of me when I'm not on, want to look back at my old stuff, you can go back and just go look at my videos, my shorts, my live streams, etc. It's on there. Not everything, but most of it is. I just wish I had a lot of stuff from the past I could put on. There's some things I took off that might have addressed legal matters and stuff like that I don't put on. But I still got all that shit. I got all Barry's shit. I got everybody's shit on there. I got everybody's shit. If you're a troll, I got your videos. But they're on a card. Well, I got a bad habit of playing with buttons on here. I don't want to accidentally remove all my videos. I actually did that once when I had 13,000 subscribers. Boy, what a disaster that was. Big disaster. But now I have certain videos on, of course, memory cards, memory sticks, whatever. USB. I got them all. They ain't going nowhere. Just if I make another mistake on here, at least I got a backup for a lot of shit. Only stuff I don't have. I wish I had a whole lot of shit in my past. I mean, I had thousands of videos since if you had to add up all the videos I did since I first started YouTube, shit, there probably would be about 4,000 videos or something. It's a shame I don't have all that. My own mistake, my own doing. Nobody did it for me, my own mistake, but I had a lot. I had quite a bit. And I imagine if I was monetized, I'd have a lot of AdSense, But we're not. And all we could offer you is a Gcash right now. Look at my description box. And so if you want to show appreciation for the show, now you got a way of doing it. There's no excuse anymore. A couple people gave in, very generously, in fact. I think it was. And hopefully the trend will continue. We don't want Donnie to be too happy. I don't think he ever is. Alrighty, I'm going to wind down here, folkies. Thank you, Gators Rock, for coming by here. You're the only one that's been commenting. Got Gators Rock, yeah, the only one commenting on here. Except we had a troll Junebug or something. We have a Maybe Zach was on here. Not too many viewers this time of night anyway. Okay, so NAC, look it up. See if it'll work for you. Do a little study on that. You might be surprised. I think I'm going to be taking that on a fairly regular basis, actually. Sleep well tonight. Well, I hope to. Be well. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Spread the good word. Spread the good word. Yeah, you can let us just get off now. I will probably do a show early in the morning when I normally do. I think I'll stick to that format in the morning. So maybe have more to talk about by then. Just a little free information about NAC that you might want to check into it. It's not really a supplement at all, really. You could buy it as a supplement, actually. We go to the drugstore and get that. I forgot what they cost per piece. I don't remember. It's not that expensive. You could take it once a day. It's like 600 milligrams. It do wonders for you. See, that's free information. And we've been given free information and doing shows for how many years now without being monetized. Everybody's on the bandwagon. Well, I understand a lot of folks, well, maybe they're not making too much in their Social Security or their pension, or the rising inflation is forcing them to have to do some kind of a monetization or some kind of a way of making income from their show. So there we go. I'm not going to get elaborate with this. I'm not throwing a PayPal out there. I mean, I could if I wanted to. I'd have to go reinstate that. I had it years ago. That expired or something. I don't know. I used to have that. I'll look into it, though. I'll look into it. But all I got is the Gcash for now. I hope that works for you. And we got a few people that did give in, and I'm saying fan-fucking-tastic. And thank you for that. But I gotta go, all right? You take care, too. Just hit the notification button. You know when my show's on. If you haven't subscribed, folks, please subscribe.